Hi, I am the smuggler, and in this video we're gonna just talk about my crap. I've been collecting this stuff for more than a decade. I'm one of the older weebs in the world at this point, possibly. I mean, there's a couple of other weebs in Canada, but I'm certainly one of them. So I'm gonna be going through some of the stuff I don't really want anymore. It's all kind of just piled up over the years, and I've made no real effort to catalog or organize any of it. So that's kind of what this video is, I guess. I need to organize this stuff. I need to find stuff that I want to sell. Maybe get like a vendor's booth at like a convention or something locally, and then I can pawn this crap off on the next generation of weebs. But in the meantime, I thought this would be a good chance to just go through and just kind of talk a bit about the stuff, how I ended up coming across some of this stuff. For anybody looking to get into physical media, if you're like just starting out, it can seem like a big ordeal, but there's ways you can get pretty good deals on things. I say a vast majority of this I never paid full price for. That includes the figures. Like most of these figures are secondhand. Or like when I was in Osaka, I was able to go to some of the figure secondhand like auction stores, I guess, where they have the little boxes and everybody's kind of selling their stuff like at a discount, like the consignment, anime consignment, I guess it would be. So yeah, we'll just go through and I'll talk about some of this stuff. I'm going to pull it off the shelf, and then I'm going to decide whether or not it's going to go in the box that's going to be going off to get sold somewhere at some point. And yeah, I guess we'll just get started. I don't really know where to start. Let's start with. I guess we'll just start with these. So I know I'm going to be getting rid of these. Get rid of that. Move that over there. This. These are my Ranma 1/2 tapes. I have a lot of them. Let me see. Oh, there's another bunch there. Let me see. So, neat thing about these is that each one of these, I think there's 52 tapes in total, and each one of these retailed for in between $43 and $25 back in, I don't know, this would have been the late 90s, early 2000s for some of this. These are from Viz Media. Let me see if I can find the year. These were released in the year 2000. So Viz Video, they went around. They managed to get, I think, the entirety of Ranma 1/2 English dubbed and released. Let me see. I still got more. Oh God. These I'm going to sell because, my God, they take up so much space. Oh, here, I'll turn these around so you can see. Yeah, so that's kind of what the front of them looks like. I like the art. The art is actually quite nice on these. You can see they each got their own. Oh, that one still has the insert. Oh, you can get up to 20% off your next order. That's kind of neat. Yeah, so I actually got really lucky when I found these. I paid about $2 a tape for these. I got all 50 tapes for like $100. Yeah. But he didn't really. No, it was an old guy. Quite a few of these tapes are from a guy that I met. This was a city that I lived in out west, and I guess when Blockbuster was like going out of business, or maybe this is like Rogers Video. Rogers Video was like a Blockbuster in Canada. Sorry. Oh, it's dusty. Oh my God, so dusty. So, Rogers Video was like a Blockbuster in Canada, kind of like the Canadian equivalent. We had Blockbusters too, but Rogers Video was competing with them for a while. And I guess one of them was going out of business back in the mid-2000s, late 2000s. And this mad lad bought every single VHS tape they had in like the entire store, and it was like a big store. And a lot of those were actually anime tapes from back in the day. Some of these are actually still factory sealed in the plastic. Like this one never got played. Yeah. Problem with these tapes specifically is that they're not actually labeled like volumes 1, 2, 3. They all have their own name. So like anything goes, like it's fast or it's free. This one's titled, and then this one's titled Akane and his sisters. So in order for me to actually like organize these as like in order, in like broadcast order, I have to go through and figure out every single title of every single episode, the English titles of them, and then I'd have to organize them from there. But I'm not too worried about that. These are is Rumiko Takahashi, and I got something else from Rumiko Takahashi as well that I'll be going through later. But these are going to be going off and getting sold somewhere, somehow, somewhere. I'll find somebody who wants to get rid of those, or take them off my hands rather. Oh, this box is good. It perfectly fits them. Perfectly fits them flat. So yeah, it's quite a few Ranma 1/2 tapes. I like Ranma 1/2. Pretty good show. I think like maybe like Rumiko Takahashi's stuff is still pretty like timeless in terms of like its themes and kind of like the characters and what they go through. That's why stuff like Urusei Yatsura are getting the remakes. And there's a Ranma 1/2 remake going on right now. I don't know. I've been out of it for a bit. Seasonal rotations kind of keep me busy with isekai crap nowadays. Oh God. Good thing that didn't happen when there was tapes on. Okay. So that filled up about half of the box, just off of those tapes. Oh, these would be neat to talk about. So this is Metal Fighter Miku, and yeah, Japanese language version with English subtitles. These were released by Software Sculptors. What was the year? 1995. The original Metal Fighter Miku was 94. These got localized and released in the United States in 95. So, yeah, no, neat story, I guess. I don't know. I always like just the concept, the aesthetic of it, I suppose. Cute girls doing like power suit wrestling, kind of like lots of lesbian undertones. Funny, like kind of a funny show. Yeah, and I quite enjoyed just the box art in general. It was always quite nice. Has all of the various characters in their suits, so if you line them up, everything but Volume 2, oddly enough. Volume 2 has the bad guy, I guess. But yeah, we have the 4 main girls all in their suits. And then each one has, I don't know, little pictures on the back. Neat stuff. I don't think these have the OBDs in them. Oh, they do. Look at that. Yeah. Software Sculptors. Don't know if you could still mail that to them. Ask them for a discount. Maybe not. A lot of these shows, I guess during the mid 2000s, there was kind of a crash in the anime localization industry. So a lot of dubbing houses like Software Sculptors, Central Park Media, they went bankrupt. So yeah, some of them ended up getting picked up by Funimation. Later, Crunchyroll and Sony would acquire Funimation, and then those licenses get ported. Some of them were owned by Big West, and I think Big West ended up getting acquired by Time Warner. I forget, or maybe it was Aniplex. Maybe Aniplex did get a hold of it. Most of these, though, the broadcasting rights or the streaming rights have kind of just lapsed and expired, and that's why you're never going to see like Metal Fighter Miku on sites like maybe it is on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it maybe I don't know. I should stop talking. I'll just stop talking. I'll just on to the next thing. All 12 volumes. Maybe it was 13 volumes. Do I have another one back there? No, I guess it was 12 volumes. Okay, all 12 volumes. Martian Successor Nadesico. Yeah, no, this is an amazing show. Just from like Zebek back in the day, I quite enjoyed pretty much all of it. Honestly, one of my favorite mecha. Some oddly like dramatic moments in it too. These were released by ADV too, so the dub's actually really good. ADV dubs were always a lot better than any of the other ones, I guess. Like Central Park Media had some really terrible dubs. Same with Viz Media too. Like some of the dubbing was just like, bleh. American Renditions was another one that was like hilariously bad on a lot of the dubs. These things, when was this? This was the year 2000. So this was, yeah, I think these came out, maybe it was 1999. Martian Successor Nadesico aired, and then it was released by ADV in the year 2000. I will not be getting rid of these, because this is honestly my favorite. You can see how the yellowing, these are made out of that white plastic. And this white plastic is like the old PC plastic that ends up yellowing if it gets caught in the sun for too long. So yeah, put those off to the side somewhere in my keep pile. Gonna keep those. Oh, more Ranma 1/2 tapes. Do I have any more back here? Kind of sort that out. Probably do. I'm just gonna put that in a box. That in a box with Ranma 1/2 and the Metal Fighter Mikus, and then I guess some of these shelves are just kind of a grab bag. So I'm just gonna empty them out, and then we'll see what we have. See what we got. Records of the Lodos War, Gunbuster, Armitage 3. Trigun tape, Wrath of the Ninja. What else? Another Trigun tape. Oh, I didn't know I had 2 Trigun tapes. I thought I only had 1. Weird. Okay. More random crap. Oh, Golden Boy. Yeah. So, Records of the Lodos War. Really good show. Takagami Guardian of Darkness is mixed in there for some reason. I think I have all of Record of the Lodos War in these clamshells. This is the Rogers Video sticker. This is what Rogers Video would do to their VHS sleeves. They would cut them up and then put them in these packages, and then just put stickers over everything. So in terms of like actually scanning, yeah, you can't really get the sleeves back because they just absolutely butchered them when they were putting them on the rental shelves. I think I want to say I have all of Record of the Lodos War on tape. Maybe not. It'll be in here somewhere else. Some of these I think I'll just get rid of just because they're like random one-of-ones. Wrath of the Ninja. Wrath of the Ninja was a really good one. Quite liked Wrath of the Ninja. Yeah, and this one says on the back, for those of you who loved Record of the Lodos War and Ninja Scroll, you will definitely want to include this into your collection. So that, applies to me, I suppose. I don't think I'll be getting rid of Record of the Lodos War. I will, however, be getting rid of Gunbuster, because I think that would fetch a pretty penny. I think I have all of Gunbuster. I want to say Giant Robo. I'm going to have to sort that out because I have Giant Robo tapes kind of just thrown in. New Dominion Tank Police. That was a good one. Brain Powered. Brain Powered is hilarious. I actually have the laser discs for Brain Powered. which we'll get into. We'll get into that once we get over to the laser discs. Takagami Guardians of Darkness Volume 2. Oh, huh. Oh, this was empty. That goes in there. Good thing I'm organizing this. So 2 volumes of that. I don't know, did this ever get more than 2 volumes? Or was this like a 2-volume OVA? I can't remember. Don't know. All right. Okay. Trigun tapes. That one's. I have Puppet Master for the Trigun. I have Puppet Master, and then I have Gung Ho Guns. Is the two volumes of Trigun that I have. That one's plastic is coming off of that. I'll just get rid of that. Those go in the box because I imagine some weeb will pay a lot of money for those. Not really of archiving value for me. I have Patlabor. I have Patlabor Volume 1, still factory sealed. Quite enjoyed Patlabor. Kind of on the same level as Gunbuster, I think. Although, like, later episodes of Patlabor kind of seemed... Maybe it was always stupid. Everybody talks about Patlabor 2 because it was directed by Mamoru Oshii. And I think they just ignore the rest of it. But the rest of it's pretty good. Very silly, but still very good. Giant Robo. MD Geist. Hilariously bad. This one got kind of damaged. I think some water damage at some point. I think, hard to say. I don't know. I don't think this tape's going moldy. I don't think so. I think that's just dust. Lots and lots of dust. All right. Well, off you go. Don't need you. Blue Gender. I have like a couple, maybe just the 1 volume of Blue Gender. Fun fact. Okay, this tape. No, not this tape. This was one of the first tapes I ever got, and I got Blue Seed somewhere else in here, and I got them confused. I thought they were both the same show. I was like, oh my god, I'll get the first volume of Blue Gender. It wasn't that. Also, Ariel is a really good kind of funny OVA. Actually is it from the early 80s? It's very old. Kind of reminds me of Rojin Z, which I also have. And you know, I don't know. It's just a good time in general. What's the 1989? Released by U.S. Manga Corps, probably 1990. This tape's in okay shape, I guess. It is starting to show its age. At least last time I played it, which was a few years ago. You will go as well. I don't want to be sentimental. Blue Gender. Don't need Blue Gender. Tokyo Revelations. Ah, here it is. Okay. Still factory sealed. This is the first VHS tape I ever bought. Actually, I think the first VHS tape I personally bought, because when I was a kid, you know, my parents would buy them. But then, like, I think me and my buddies, I was a bit of a fledgling weeb. This was shortly after I got out of high school. But me and my buddies, we picked a long weekend. I had just gotten laid off from my job, so I suddenly had a lot of free time on my hands. And I got a decent last paycheck. So I was like, what do I do with my last paycheck when I'm unemployed? Well, I waste all my money. So we went to Vancouver on, like, I don't know, like a Wednesday or something. Maybe, no, it wasn't a long weekend. Yeah, I just got fired and I didn't have work that whole week. So I was like, yeah, let's go to Vancouver on Wednesday. And then we went to like this weird kind of like hippie thrift store, and they had this on the shelf. And that was when I realized that they had released anime on VHS. And that this one tape, Volume 6 of Blue Seed, was what spawned this 10-year... God, I wish I never found this tape. This tape ruined my life. And I picked it up for $2.99. It was originally, let's see there. It was originally $39.99 for 1 volume. So if you wanted to pick up 12 volumes of this, let's just make the math easy. 10 volumes. You'd be looking at $400 circa the early 2000s, the late 90s, which is just like absolutely insane. Like with inflation, that would be like $600. To think that people had that much money back then to spend on this crap. I did end up picking up a fair bit of Blue Seed after that. I think this is just a T60 tape. Put this over here with my other blank tapes. Blood Rain. Did I ever watch this? Maybe I did, but it was just so stupid. This is Blood Rain Curse of the Yoma. This is a movie. Okay, so I don't think I've seen this. Maybe I should watch that. I'll put that with Wrath of the Ninja. I feel like Wrath of the Ninja and Blood Rain would be thematically quite similar. Along with Tokyo Revelations. Tokyo Revelations is kind of like a hentai though. So, I don't know. Manga actually did release quite a bit of hentai. Which I'll also get into here eventually. Where should I put these? These are like single volumes. So I'm okay. I'm okay with keeping like the single volume movies. The Guyver, I have the other one that's Data 2, that's volume 2. Let me see if I got anything else on this shelf. Golden Boy, I'm definitely keeping Golden Boy because God bless Golden Boy. That's Golden Boy 2 and 3. I'm only missing one volume of Golden Boy. Well, I was thinking about picking up the DVD at one point. Takagami, Guardians of Darkness. You will go. Yeah. You will go in the box. No, you won't, because you are a big tape. I'll put you on top. Okay. What else do I got back here? Oh. Maybe I should clear more of that off. I'm kind of trying to organize this, but I don't really have a lot of space here. So, Golden Boy 2. Once I find the rest of the Golden Boy tapes, Giant Robo, you're going to go down here. I'm going to find the rest of you. All right. So, Volume 1 of the Hackaden. Quite good. Quite a good show. The Legend of the Dog Warriors. Although, like, the premise is, like, really uncomfortable, I suppose. The rest of the show is good, but, like, just the base concept. I'm not going to explain it. It's like the first 15 minutes of the first episode. You kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. But, good show, just really weird. It's really weird. Chronicle of the Warlord period. Yodaden. So that's volumes 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if that's a complete set. I'm going to have to look that up. This would have also been a rental tape because they cut up the sleeve and put it in one of these clamshells. Let me check the tape packs on these, actually. Sometimes with the rental tapes, they get really mangled. But this one actually looks okay. All right. You know what? This also thematically would probably fit in with Wrath of the Ninja and Blood Rain. Giant Robo, where are you? We're going to put away Gunbuster for now until I find Volume 2. Gunbuster, you will also be going. Because somebody's going to want to watch Gunbuster. I've already seen it like 20 times. Don't need it anymore. I got a VCR in here. That's where that went. Oh God. Oh. Here's some stuff. Random DVDs. I think I'm gonna get rid of all of the random DVDs I have. Oh, more Ranma 1/2 tapes. Oh wow, more Ranma 1/2 there. Oh, my favorite anime, Balto. You ever watch Balto? I love Balto. That was like my shit when I was a kid. I remember that goose. It was like a funny French goose. Ugh, incredible. Never getting rid of that. There's the other Armitage tape. Okay, so Armitage 3. You will go over there. So some of Armitage I have. I felt kind of bad about this one. I ended up doing a trade with somebody. Somebody wanted some of my Ava tapes. Like I had one of the Ava movies. I don't really like Evangelion. You know, I'm a little too far into the weeds to be like, oh my god, Ava's the best thing ever. Like, it's okay. Okay. Especially the OG Ava. The OG Ava was just like, they just ran out of money. Like, how is that thought-provoking, you know, when you just run out of budget? And now everybody's just like, it's the same story. They just keep re-releasing and reanimating the same story, just this time they have money, so it's, you know, everybody just creams themselves. Never really understood that. Yeah. Maybe that makes me a bad weeb. I don't know. But stuff like that. Wait, what was I even talking about? Yes. Okay, these. So I traded some of my Ava tapes. I shipped them to the guy. Canada Post lost my package, but somehow, like, well, I guess he went through UPS. Like, he was intelligent. Like, he didn't go through. He was down in the States, so he literally couldn't lose his mail with the Canada Post. I, on the other hand, could. So that's what happened to me. I ended up getting these tapes. He didn't get his. So I got these and a few other. I ended up having to pay him like $200 just to kind of call it quits because I felt really stupid and I didn't want him to think that I was ripping him off. Those Ava tapes are still lost somewhere in the mail system. So if anybody out there, you know, gets a package on their doorstep, you know, that just has some Ava tapes in it, let me know. Call me up. I could send those back to that guy. Felt bad about that one. Still feel bad about that. But anyways, got some cool Armitage tapes. They just cost me way more than if I was just to buy them on eBay. Yeah. Anyways, these are like the hard clamshells. Let me show you too. Also, yeah, quite like the design. It's kind of like a metallic, semi-metallic, and even the printing. You know, you don't often see like a color label on the tape itself. This one, they came with color inserts, it says, but I don't think these ones did. I think they were already taken out when I got it. Oh, wait a second. Oh, son of a bit. Oh, man. Okay, well, here's an empty box for the Armitage 3 movie. Gonna have to find out where I put the actual tape for that. Put those aside. I think those will get sold. Kite. I have the dubbed Kite. I used to have the red one. This was one of the other tapes that I mailed. So, like, I think the red version of this is worth, like, over $100 for the one tape, or at least that's what people are paying for it. Don't really know. They're coming out with a new anime this season, next season. That's going to be kind of like in the vein of this, or reanimating it. I'm not quite sure. Zenki. Never really. Demon Lord Zenki stands before you. Only Zenki can destroy the evil forces threatening the universe. Oh boy, that tape's seen better days. Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like actually broken. Oh. Okay. Well, I don't think I can sell that one. Okay. Maybe that'll still play fine though. Like, I can still watch that. I just have to be careful I don't bung up my VCR with all the pieces. So here we have Gundam 0083. Can I get that sorted? Stardust Memories. 2 of these are still sealed in the plastic here. That's kind of what we're looking at here. We're going to clear this off. Okay. Ranma 1/2, more Ranma 1/2. Pat Labor. I don't want to get rid of Tank Police. INA's High Kick is pretty good too. Oh, I will get rid of Blackjack though. Royal Space Force, not going to get rid of that. Macross Plus. Ooh, do I get rid of Macross Plus? I think I do. Because I have 2, yeah, I actually have 2 complete sets of Macross Plus, including the movie. So, get rid of that. Also, that one's not, like, hard to find. So, brain-powered. never get rid of Brain Powered. It's like, this is like one of, like, next to Garzy's Wing, it's one of the worst dubs of all time. And they somehow managed to dub a significant amount of it. Because it was like a 50 episode thing. It was supposed to like compete with Gundam back in the day, but it just ended up being so terribly made. They weren't able to realize their ambitions. The original Appleseed movie from like 1988. That one's a good one. I'm going to keep that. Put that over in the keep pile. Oh, Giant Robo. Yeah, we'll get rid of Giant Robo. Where's the other Giant Robo? Okay, I guess there's one. The Guyver tapes. Those are a good one. We'll save that for later. Burn Up W. I can't really sell. These are the Burn Up W tapes. I have all of Burn Up W, the original like OVA, but this is actually the PAL version. I ordered these tapes from Australia. That was before I realized the difference between. North American stuff and Australian stuff and international stuff. So I can't really give those to somebody because they're not going to play correctly on a Western VCR. Okay. We actually have some empty shelves now. I'm going to collect the rest of my Gundam 0083, and then we'll get rid of these. I think these are good to sell because they've been archived a fair bit. There's the other Guyver tape. Two Guyvers. Put that down there. 3x3 eyes. This was an interesting one. And the tape, the actual boxes for them are kind of like boring, but like they look good on the shelf. Like it's like this graduated kind of color scheme, and the art's nice. Although you get some in Canada, you have these stickers on them which say absolutely not for kids. Absolutely not for kids. That was because kids were like watching Dragon Ball Z on like Toonami or like the Cartoon Network. And then they'd go to their parents and they'd be like, I want to watch more anime. And then their parents would go down to the Blockbuster and rent something like Urutsuki Doji, because, that's anime, right? So you have like Legend of the Overfiend on the shelf right next to like Ranma 1/2. So they had to like, they had to start like making the sales representatives watch them and like label the specific tapes that they weren't like, because they didn't really have the rating system for OVAs, I suppose. Which I think in certain cases, some OVAs were actually illegal to distribute. Oh, I got some more Gundam tapes here. More Gundam tapes. Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket. And then Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. That's not the movie. I think I have the movie, or maybe I sold or traded the movie for another tape. Can't remember. We'll see. Oh, there's the other Gunbuster tape. Volume 2. In this case, these were, I think, actually released in the clamshell. Like, this is an official release. I don't think, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe this was a rental tape as well. Yeah, US Renditions originally released this, and then I think it got picked up by ADV later. Don't quote me on that. Now we have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Gunbuster. Was there a volume 4? Or was the last one like 2 episodes? I can't remember. Lots of stuff. Okay. Get all this junk off of there. Okay. Oh, more Gundam. Look at you. Look at all the Gundam. So we got... I have 2 copies of Stardust Memory, so I'll definitely get rid of that one at least. This one... Which one of these is in better shape? The tape pack on that one doesn't look the best. Oh, this one still has the... Oh, dude, that's pristine. That right there. This tape pack has never been played. Okay, I'm keeping that one. I'll put it in. Yeah, it looks like, okay, this one. Okay, yeah. Save the best for myself. Do I want to get rid of the Gundam stuff? I imagine the Gundam stuff would be really easy to sell at a con. Sure. I'll keep the Gundam 0080 because War in the Pocket was really good. Gundam Wing, you can go. I don't know why everybody loves Gundam Wing so much. It was kind of terrible. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Gundam Wing, Gundam 0083, you go. All right. I still haven't found my Armitage 3 tape, so maybe I'll put this off to the side for now until I do find that. These are E-Link tapes. Kind of junk, not gonna lie. So, like, I bought these. It's already molding. What the fuck? I didn't even play anything on this. So these tapes were for sale at London Drugs, which is like a kind of like a one of the department stores here in Canada, if you're not aware. And these were actually newly manufactured, I think in 2012. And they were imported, but whoever made them, the factory that these were made out of, the tapes are absolute junk. You can hear like the plastic in it. I'm gonna throw this out. They break in the player, and then they all mold. It's like none of my other tapes mold. Like whatever the factory that those were made in had mold in it. Kind of wild. So this is the OG Gundam movie, the second one, I think. Gundam the Movie 2, English dubbed. The second movie in the acclaimed Gundam trilogy. Maybe I'll keep that, because I imagine the dub would be really terrible. Who did the dub? Emotion released this. Okay, we'll see. The worse a dub is, the more I enjoy it. As weird as that is. Okay, we're going to keep you. And Violence Jack. I don't know if I want to sell somebody Violence Jack, because if I'm at a con and a kid buys this, I would be in serious shit. Yeah, I won't sell that. Blackjack can go. Oh, my favorite anime, Powerful Presentation Skills, Volume 1. This is what taught me how to speak on camera, how to make YouTube videos. As you can tell, I never ended up finding Volume 2. My presentation skills are still somewhat lacking. Not going to sell that. That's the best tape I own. Goku Midnight Eye. This looks kind of cooked. I actually haven't watched this yet. Also for mature audiences. Animated by, or released by Toei. 1997. Keep that. Kite, you can go. Hakuden, you can go. Oh, Generation of Chaos. Generation Chaos bookmark. Harlock Saga. I think this is in one of my VCRs. Presently. Oh, God. Airbats 801 TTS. I'll find the rest of those. There should be more record of the Lodos War somewhere. I don't know if there's more of the Guyver. Oh boy. Okay. We're starting to get there. This is a fun show. I quite enjoy this show. Watch this a few times. Not like good, but like really indicative of just like mid-90s midness, I guess. You know, it's like slapstick humor, but it's got like cute pilot girls. there's some like really good mechanical designs in it as well. So I do quite appreciate that for what it is. I haven't the first clue what this is. It's Garaja. That's what the box of that one looks like. It's a movie. A must-have for fans of Planet of the Apes. Central Park Media. My God. That's the artwork on the back. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna get rid of that until I watch it. Master of Musqueton. Master of Musqueton was actually like really funny. I quite enjoyed it, and the English dub is also really bad. Like there's a female character who's supposed to be the heroine, but whoever the voice actress they got to play her is just like so obnoxious. Like just oh god. Anyways, would recommend if you can find that somewhere. Sakura Wars 2, Project Aiko. I have some normie movies here. Oh, there's where my blue seed went. I'm going to sort out the normie movies. And maybe at the end we'll just have a big thing where I talk about the normie movies. Sakura Wars 2, Project Aiko. I have... do I have the other ones for that? Oh, there's my Blackjack. And the other Burn Up W tapes. Burn Up W tapes. Blackjack. These were rentals, as you can tell by the clamshell cases. These, I think all of these were the PAL tapes, yeah. These were all the PAL tapes. But still, like, I quite enjoyed these. I got a message. I should probably mute my phone. Alright. Carrying on. Yeah, Burn Up W. You go back there. Red Skelton is like a comedy skit show from the 1960s, I think. Anyways, yeah, got a box set of that for some reason. My granddad bought that or watched it a lot. These tapes are in pretty bad shape. I think whoever owned them used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. Not my granddad though, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe he was hiding something. Okay, so there is Blackjack. Blackjack 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Can I see there? That one's still factory sealed. Although that doesn't really guarantee much. Because sometimes with the factory sealing, it's really dusty, but sometimes the factory sealing will hold in the moisture. So the tape could actually be moldy, and I just wouldn't really know. I should open these, but if I was archiving them, if I was planning, like if this was like a really rare tape, I would have already opened it and kind of aired it out. That's the general way you want to do it. But now I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really care in that case. Actually, no, I'm going to get rid of those. That's a full set, so I could probably sell that. Well, I mean, not a full set of Blackjack. Blackjack had tons of episodes, but like 1, 2, 3, 4 is a nice kind of number. Bonanza, that's like a cowboy movie. Ah, here we are. So when I was saying that Blue Seed Volume 6 started my anime journey. These are all my Blue Seed tapes. See, what's weird is like, see, this is volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is Blue Seed. Is this like the second season? Because these ones have names and not volume numbers, right? Like you can see them there. I'll get these out of the way. Keeping that. So those. So yeah. Anyways, that's Blue Seed. I wonder if I have more. Do I have more Blue Seed? I think that might be it for Blue Seed. Boo-da-doo-da-doo-da-doo. Oh, more Blackjack. I think that's Blackjack. That's a movie. That's a blackjack movie I have. Angel of Darkness. Okay, now that's a pretty raunchy show. New Dominion Tank Police. Save that. What's going over there? Orgus 2, Volume 3. That's okay. I did like Orgus. Orgus was good. Orgus was good. You're under arrest. Oh, there's where that went. I was wondering about that. Oh, that's just like a travel documentary. Oh. Tricks and Training, Volume 1 for your dog. You know, so if you... It was $1.99 I picked that up for. That's a steal. Yeah, 45 minutes. 45 minutes long play, too. So it's going to be... That video is going to be crunchy. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so Blue Seed. Blue Seed. Blue Seed, you go. Blue Seed's going. I don't need Blue Seed. I don't need you anymore. That tape pack is kind of cooked too, so I don't really... I'm not going to get much out of that. Some more like stuck in there. No one hasn't been around. I don't think I ever played that one. Maybe I did. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. How heavy is this box? I could get another few tapes in that before I have to start worrying, I think. But that box is getting heavy. Like, there's like... Fuck, there's probably 100 tapes in that box now. What else do I got? Back here. Oh, Gatchaman. Gatchaman. Where's my other Orgus tape? Blackjack, more blackjack. You go in the blackjack box. All right. Oh, yeah. The OG Devilman. The OG Devilman. Yes, and also 1919. 1919 was the first like laser disc I ever like really tried to track down. Because we were doing like a group watch on one of the Discord servers, I think, and the only version of 1919 was like some crusty laserdisc like composite rip from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I was like, man, that kind of sucks because this is a really gorgeous OVA. Like there's a lot of like good music and good like aesthetics and stuff like that. So I tracked down the laserdisc. It took me like 6 months. Finally tracked down the laserdisc for it, and then I made a really good rip of it, I guess. Good at the time for me. I've learned a lot since then. I still have the Laserdisc for this, so I'd go back and redo it at some point, knowing what I know now. But since I did that, I think a lot more interest kind of got garnered inside of like the community itself. So that ended up kind of resulting in some Domsday duplication versions of it being made. Like somebody with a Domsday duplicator managed to find it. So yeah, kind of neat. I don't think I'm going to sell that because nobody's going to know what that is. And I also have Glay. I was trying to track down. There's a music video that they made in collaboration with some 1990s anime director, and I was quite intrigued by the music video itself. But the only version of the music video that's online right now is like a 240 or like a 480p kind of version. It's very crunchy. It's like old YouTube encoding. So I was gonna try to get rip the VHS version of it, see if I could make something look a bit better. Turns out it didn't really work out that way. Although I do have a better VCR now, so I might try to redo that at some point. I don't know. Glay stays. Devilman, Volume 2, Demon Bird. Yeah, that's some pretty rowdy box art, if you ask me. I'm gonna see. I have some of the other Devilman tapes. I think. I want to say I do. More Pat Labor. Ping Pong Club, the animation. Some more blank tapes with crap on them. I have to take these tapes and actually go through them at some point. Oh, that's a drawing tablet. I didn't know I had that. That might be useful for something. We're just gonna empty the shelf out. I think we're getting there, maybe, no, not really. We'll have quite a few VHS tapes. Some more Giant Robo. God, I really haven't organized this at any time, and I've moved multiple times since I've started collecting this, and every time these just kind of get tossed in the boxes. I'm off on my next adventure. Oh, this is, yeah, okay, this is the raunchy shelf I just found. I just found the raunchy shelf. Maybe I'll flip this, because, like, yeah, I'll probably flip this around in the video, like, mirror it, I guess. Ah! Okay, that's still good, but I should probably not do that. Record of the Lodos War looks like it's going to go to, so. Hey. Those who hunt elves, you can go. Because I think I have the DVD. Yeah, I have the DVD, I think. I don't really need the tape anymore. Is there anything else on here? Slayers. I think we're starting to get into the thick of it. Okay, so. Guyver. I'm going to keep Guyver. Guyver's a good one. Okay. Golden Boy gets to stay because Golden Boy is my Golden Boy. Habibi. Okay. Orgus 2. I think I had another Orgus tape somewhere. It's on the shelf maybe still. That's just a blank tape. I could probably throw that out too, I think. Yeah, that one's like broken. Okay, that tape's broken. Orgus 2, you go. Angel of Darkness, hentai, gonna keep that. Wicked City, kind of hentai, gonna keep that. Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser, incredibly bad. Strange Love, hentai. Urutsuki Doji, episode 3. That's Urutsuki Doji 4, volume 3. Yeah. Issa Lion, also very raunchy, I think. Full frontal nudity, I think, in this one. Not sure. Phobia 2. That's Phobia Volume 2. This is that's a wild tape. More Urutsuki Doji, Nightmare Campus. I think I've already talked about Nightmare Campus. I'm just gonna get these off of the table before I embarrass myself any further. Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser the movie. Absolutely unhinged. Incredible. Just, I don't know. For group watches, it's a very funny group watch. If you have people of a like mind, if you will. Masquerade Eternal Life is also not a family-friendly one, so we'll be keeping that. My. Actually, I haven't watched that yet. Maybe I will watch that. I like the art. That's why I originally picked that up. It looks pretty good. So I'll keep that. We'll keep that. Giant Robo. Eternal Masquerade, Wicked City, Rail of the Star? Yeah, kind of like... What was that one? What was that one where the kid ends up... It's like post-war, and then his little sister ends up dying? Shit. That wasn't this one. Was it? Was it this one? I don't know if it was this one. Anyways, sad movie. Tenchi the movie, Tenchi Muyo. Tenchi, you get to go. I need another box here. I'll be back in 1 second. I've already filled that one up. Super. Okay, my one camera's battery died. Like this wide one died. So I don't know what point it died. I apologize. I was kind of like, it probably died when I was shortly after I was doing something. So the outage shouldn't be too much. Got a new battery in it. Got to keep an eye on that. Because like I got it plugged in, but like it doesn't charge faster than it uses the power, which is just the stupidest thing. Anyways, moving on. So I think we've pretty much covered all of the anime stuff. The only like the anime VHS specifically. The only other thing that I have is actually, I think this is one of the more impressive things. So maybe I should show this. I have the entirety of Bubblegum Crisis, factory sealed. If I can get it to, yeah, you can see it still has the plastic on all of them. If I can, yeah, yeah. Maybe that would make a good thumbnail. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I love Bubblegum Crisis. Just the designs, the mechanical designs and stuff like that. And funny enough, I actually collected this whole thing kind of by accident, too. Because yeah, I was just buying random VHS like eBay lots, and after about a year and a half, I was kind of like, oh yeah, like I think it was volume. I think it was like volume 10, but like I had all of them but volume 10. And I like went and I was like, oh man, like I have all of the volumes. And then I looked at them and I'm like, wait a second, they all still have the plastic on them. And then it took me a while, but I eventually found the final volume to complete the whole set. One of my crown jewels, if you will, of my collection. Next to the Eon Flux, because the Neon Flux was kind of like a weird one. Not a lot of those really ever got printed, I don't think. So put that back in the shelf. Not getting rid of that, because I don't think I'd be able to find somebody who would be willing to pay what I would want to get rid of that. That took me like a lot of work to collect. Now we'll kind of get into like the non-anime VHS, then I'll move on to the DVDs, and then we'll get into the laser discs side of things. And most of the non-anime VHS is still Japanese material. So I have a lot of gravure tapes. So these are like Japanese bikini videos from the 1990s. And on my second channel, I'm kind of like, it's taking a while, but I'm like slowly going through and you know, archiving each one of these, because every single one of these tapes is pretty much dead media. Like they don't release, they never re-release these tapes. I think some of them might have gotten DVD releases, but short of that, no. And then some NHK like documentary films as well. This one's all about iguanas or something, or Komodo dragons. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what some of the documentaries are about because you don't really speak Japanese. It's volume 4, but anyways. So I have these are TBS. So Tokyo Broadcasting Service ran a beauty pageant competition back in the early 2000s, late 90s. It was called the Miss Magazine competition. So they went all over Japan and they found all of these like beauty pageant kind of like, or young models and like kind of like up and coming adult actresses or adult video actresses. And then they kind of gave each one of them their own special tape. So yeah, I have, and I think they did a yearly thing. So like there's a 2001 and then there was a 2002. So let me get those together. And then, because those are a pretty chunky set. And these were all from like adult rental video houses back in the day. So you would actually go rent one of these for a week, you know, get your use out of it, for lack of a better term, and then bring it back. So I have these. I'm just gonna start. These are non-TBS tapes. So these were released by like iOne, various production houses. They all kind of had pretty like standard like box designs, I guess. So you could tell if you had like a favorite production house, you could kind of tell at a glance what and yeah, sorry, getting sidetracked, but yeah, you can kind of tell at a glance what you were getting into. Funny enough, Pony Canyon, the anime like production distribution kind of like licensing thing, they actually had a Gravure division, which I thought was interesting. So a lot of these tapes are actually licensed by Pony Canyon, and these were kind of releasing alongside their anime offerings. Yeah, so quite a few of these. Can't really say much. If you want to watch some of these, you can do so on my other channel, or some of them ended up on this channel until I kind of started moving my encodes over to the other channel because people were kind of getting confused. You know, they'd be like, they'd subscribe to my channel and they'd subscribe because they watched one of these, or more often than not, they'd subscribe because they watched like my anime VHS videos. And then all of a sudden they get recommended, you know, bikini videos in their feed, and they're like unsubscribed kind of things. So that's why I did that split. But yeah, so those are all of the Gravure tapes. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Nope, sorry, that's an iguana. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 Gravure tapes. All of them pretty good, pretty good. The music on these too is like, chef's kiss. It's like 1990s like elevator music. Very relaxing, very relaxing. Moving on, I'm not getting rid of any of these, ever, period. Okay, I will be buried with these tapes. You know, anybody wants to stop me. Also, the thing I like about these tapes too is that they have like a quick release, you know? It's like, you can like reload the tape. Like it's a standard clamshell tape, but on the inside, they have a little insert, and then you can take this insert, if I could find a way to pop it off without breaking it, but yeah. So like this insert goes along the top of the tape to actually close it up. But normally, the tape can just sit like that. Yeah, and then you can grab the tape easily when you need it. Yeah. Honestly, like a really cool design, and all of these tapes come in that style. So I don't know if that was just specifically for the Japanese market, or maybe just the adult video houses that had these tapes. Maybe they didn't want to get the sleeves dirty, you know? You have a lot of protection on your tape for when you're engaging in certain activities. But honestly, the one thing I liked about these tapes is that they're all pretty wholesome. There's not any actual like nudity. Like these are all like pretty PG-13. Like these are more safe for work than like Twitch streams, like e-girl Twitch streams, basically. I would feel safer with these playing in the room with somebody than I would with just a random like hot tub Twitch stream, you know? There's not going to be any accidental nip slips in these. Yeah, so anyways, at some point I will get around to archiving all of those. I think I almost have all of the TBS ones done at this point. I think so. I think Saya Kazuki. Saya Kazuki was one of the last ones. And then maybe there's one more. There's one more in here. But the Saya Kazuki one, the audio settings ended up getting messed up on my final encode, which is why I haven't uploaded that to the second channel yet. I got kind of sidetracked with other projects in between now and then. And now I'm doing this. So, you know, I'm only one person. I only got so many days in the week. I work. I got I do have a full-time job. I leave this basement quite a bit. Have actual social commitments to attend to. Despite what I might look like outside of this room, I'm a pretty well-adjusted and normal appearing individual, I suppose. And I just have one extra. So yeah, there's like a bunch of normie tapes, but I don't think we really care about those. So let's just sort through the DVDs, and then we'll get into the really fun stuff, the laser discs, later, because I do want to get rid of a lot of these DVDs. I think, just because I don't know, I don't really need them. I don't really need too many of them, except for some stuff yeah, these are Blu-rays. So I have Ruin Soldier. I have a fair bit of Ruin Soldier, actually. It's going to be kind of hard to stand these up, too, I think, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, God. So we have Ruin Soldier, volumes 1, 2, volumes 1, 2, 4, and 6. And that's the other problem with the DVDs, is that I'm actually missing a lot of the volumes. I'll have, there's this one lot I picked up, and it was a really good deal, maybe $1 a disc kind of thing. But every single show was missing one volume, and that's why. So with my Suzuka, I have Suzuka, but I only have volumes 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, and 6. So I'm missing the 5. I think maybe Ruin Soldier I do have all of, and it's just kind of mixed up. Macross Frontier, these are actually the Japanese releases, because you can't buy Macross in the West. I do have the full set of these. They're just kind of spread out, because when I was stacking these shelves, I didn't really care that much, which in hindsight was a bad move. So I'm going to be reorganizing these when I restack them for the ones that I want to keep. But I think for these miscellaneous ones, I might just get rid of these DVDs. I think, because maybe, I don't know, maybe I will rip the raws for these. Maybe I will, because I could stack these up. At that point, then I just need to find the missing episodes wherever that would be, and then I could probably make some decent encodes of some of these shows. Maybe that's a plan. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. That's a call to action. That's a call to action. Comment down below. Would you like to see me try to rip these? Make my own fan subs of these? Let me know. Kind of talk a bit about some that stuff. That's a Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. Yeah. Also, I have some pretty weird shows on DVD. This I'm missing volume 1 of, but Speed Grapher. Speed Grapher's a funny one. That's it's kind of like the My Hero Academia, your vigilante kind of thing, but all of the superpowers that the characters have. It's a superhero show, but it's all super villains, and all of the superpowers are based on their sexual kinks. And the main character is a war photographer, and he gets turned on by taking let's say less than good photos. So his superpower is he explodes people when he takes pictures of them. Anyways, very unhinged. Kind of hilarious. The villain in this show, really good, actually. Really, really weird premise, but good writing. Good writing. Kind of like he ends up kind of busting into this Epstein Epstein Island kind of crime ring with all of these super powerful perverts and sexual criminals and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways, it was a funny show. Funny show. Where is that? So that's more Frontier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be able to find the rest of Frontier in here. I have Negima. Oh, there it is. There is the rest of my Frontier. Badoo. So the thing about the Japanese DVD releases too, compared to the North American ones, is that they spread them out on the discs. So this is one show, right? That's Macross Frontier, and each DVD will only have 2 episodes on it, but that lets them really crank up the bit rate. So if you're doing fan subbing or like archiving, even if you're English, you want to get your hands on the Japanese version of the media, and then that way you can just take the English dub audio tracks and then just add them onto the Japanese video, because the Japanese videos are always going to be better than whatever you're getting out of a North American release house, in my humble and correct opinion. Because like, yeah, let me see here. Yeah, so like each one of these discs has 4 episodes. This one only has 3. So like both of these here, for comparison, I guess. The one problem with it is though is that it does take up more size. So like this show and this show both have the same number of episodes, right? But you have like an extra 3 discs to contain, you know, the off episodes, if you will. Yeah, it's like dual layered DVD 9, I think. And then these are usually like DVD 5s. Hard to tell off the box, but anyways, that's my side tangent. I think I'll keep Negima. I think I'll keep Negima. Although what I might do is I might take these and put them into books, like, so it's not like a huge thing. Like I can just buy some CD sleeves and then just kind of have the cases in a box somewhere where they're not in the way. That would make my life and my organization a bit better. Shakugan no Shana, the movie, that's a Blu-ray. I have a fair bit of Glass Fleet as well. That's the Glass Fleet. Although that again was one of those situations where I have volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, but I'm missing volume 1. So I think that might have been kind of like a HMV or like a Sunrise Records, where they were only able to sell the first one. Like if somebody comes in and if you go to like a bookstore and you try to buy manga, the first volume of every manga is always sold out because everybody only buys the first volume to see if they're going to like it. I think that's the same situation. Yeah, because at least for the North American market, there weren't a lot of people really pre-ordering anime on DVD. The stores just kind of had to buy the full sets and hope that people would want to buy them. Handmade May. Handmade May, made to order. This is episodes 1 to 4. I have Handmade May because I was going to do like a little documentary project on the guy who was in charge of the dubbing. So I actually have all of the production material for Handmade May. I just haven't managed to get around to actually doing that because, again, I have 100 different things going on. Serial Experiments Lane. I got some Serial Experiments Lane DVDs. Those are fun. These are the actual Pioneer release. If I'm not mistaken, these were incredibly expensive. Pioneer always has very expensive DVD releases. Yeah, not really a lot to them. I don't think any of these have an OBD. Maybe they were all taken out. I don't know if these were rental house discs as well. But I have Reset, Navi, Knights, and Deuce. Which episodes? Episodes 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Oh, shit. I have the entirety of Lane on DVD. I didn't know that. I always assumed I only had 8 episodes. But I actually have all 13 of them. Is it 13? Yeah, it is 13. Yeah, cool. Well, that's good news. All right, moving on. The Girls in Panzer der Film, the first movie. My God, that was a good movie. I think that was the one with the Ferris wheel. There was like tanks driving around while a Ferris wheel was like rolling down the hill. I got the Ninja Scroll movie. That one was good, obviously. Oh, Cyber City 080808. Iconic, absolutely iconic dub. And I quote, you wouldn't know a vampire if it bit you in your goddamn dick. That was an actual line. There were also saber-toothed tigers that shot lasers out of their mouth, I think. I forget which episode that was. But anyways, very good. I got some Vampire Princess. Let me see here. That's Tokyo Babylon. No, I have SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs 2 for the PlayStation 2. Don't really need that, now do I? So more Vampire Princess. However you say that, Nia under 7. I have a few Nia under 7 discs. This is She the Ultimate Weapon. These are I think the original OVA, and they come with I think that's a sticker. Yeah, these are stickers and a lot of OBD stuff. Yeah, yeah, kind of neat neat OBD art, because it kind of goes from like, I actually have these. I have the discs out of these right now because I was working on making an encode of them, because the existing encodes are pretty terrible. Yeah, put that back in there. The cool thing about this is, let me see, if you put it in, so like you see, like this is her after, and that's like her before, you know, her becoming the ultimate weapon. So it like lines up. I think it's the same. No, same thing for this one. Yeah, yeah, like that girl turns into like a robot or something. So it's like do. Oh, I like it when they do stuff like that. Because it really is like, it's kind of like the little things. It's the little things that make life worth living. It's the little things that make anime worth collecting, I think. This is Blast Reader, which was a pretty terrible show. This was when I wasn't too picky about what I was collecting. Not that I've ever been terribly picky. This was also the Save edition, so these were like the discount kind of re-releases later. I can't imagine they ever sold a lot of this show specifically. Been a long time since I watched it. I do remember it being very stupid. Like the one guy turns into like a motorcycle or something, and he like kills people. I don't know. Anyways, it was cheap. It was cheap. A lot of this stuff I just got a good deal on, and that is a theme. I have a Ghost Recon game for the PlayStation 2 in there. I'll just sort that out. Oh yeah, more of wait, no. My Bride is a Mermaid. My Bride is a Mermaid is like actually peak. Okay, peak mid 2000s, or like, when did it come out? That wasn't mid 2000s. That'd be like 2010s, early 2010s, right? Does it say? It doesn't say. I can't remember when I watched it, but when I did, it was hilarious. Although then again, I was like, basically, like I was a teenager back then, so my ideas of hilarity were, well, my sense of humor has changed in the last 20 years. Agent Aika, Legend of Darkness, Descendants of Darkness, sorry. I have a couple of those. Legend of Himiko, Loki Ragnarok. I have quite a bit of Loki Ragnarok, although I don't know if I have the whole thing. Kind of hard to say. I don't know. I'll probably end up selling that. Oh, here it is. Macross Plus. So I have the Macross Plus DVDs as well. Macross Plus Volumes 1 and 2. Honestly, Macross Plus is just like best Macross, I guess. And like, just because it's concise, you know, it doesn't really have the baggage of the rest of the Macross series. Like, you can just watch it. You know, you don't have to watch SDF to get it. You know, you don't have to go digging through all of the deep lore to, you know, kind of catch up on what the hell is going on in Macross Delta. I'm still waiting for another Macross Delta movie, by the way. You know, I'm not salty or anything, but, you know, it's been like how many years since Macross Delta first aired? I'm getting too old. I'm going to die before Macross Delta gets a new movie. Anyways, I got Heat Guy J, which I quite like, because it's like a metallic, it's like a holographic print on it, which is kind of funny. The Hollow, do you have the Hollow edition? Queen Emerald's, the Space Captain Harlock, Girl Boss edition. Nightwalker. I think I'm going to get rid of these. Unless Loki Ragnarok, I can find all of Loki Ragnarok. Ica. I have another Ica one. So that's Ica. Ica, the Final Battle. Ica Naked Missions. Another Descendant of Darkness. Okay. Kurenai. Kurenai. I have Kurenai. It was actually wasn't a bad show. I thought it was going to be weird. Ended up being okay. I have the Escaflowne movie on DVD as well. Yeah, that's what that looks like on the inside. I've watched a fair bit of the show. Haven't watched the movie yet. Maybe I will. That's a good idea. Good idea, me. Okay, so now we're kind of getting into the next section. So I'm going to say these are going off to be not Handmaid May, not Gunsmith Girl, or Gunsmith Cats. Spice and Wolf Season 2 I'm going to keep. Vampire Princess can go. Nightwalker can go. Beck. Do I want to keep Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad? This is one that I'm missing a volume on. I will keep Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad. Because if I ever do collect volume 5, I need volume 5 of Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad. If anybody has volume 5, let me know. Alright. Fruits Basket. This was the Anime Classics collection. It's not like I didn't pre-order it or anything like that. This still cost me $50. This is the original one. This isn't the newer remake. I forget what the difference was. Magical Girl Users Club, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I have. No. Okay. Don't have. Okay. I'm gonna keep that one because I have the VHS. Pretty sure I have. Maybe I'm thinking about a different one. I don't know. Too many things. Too many tapes. Not enough time. I'll just put these DVDs in this VHS box to kind of fill it out. Oh my God. So many discs. Ah! If I find more Loki Ragnarok, I might take it out. But for now, I'm going to say Loki Ragnarok can go. These can go back on the shelf. Magical Users Club. My Bride is a Mermaid. I'm not going to be getting rid of any of my Blu-rays because we're not at that part of the nostalgia curve yet. It'll be another 20 years before we get there, I imagine. Not that many people ever really got sweaty with Blu-rays in the first place. Descendants of Darkness is going in there. My Dirty Pair. I don't need Dirty Pair, except for Dirty Pair Flash because I do have all of Dirty Pair Flash on DVD. It was a bit of a pain to try to track this down. This was like the original box set from ADV, and it's actually well made, well printed. Yeah. It's the complete collection. Hard to find nowadays, I think. Although again, it's been a long time since I looked into a lot of this stuff, so who knows? It could be like 100. A guy just decided to empty out a box of 100 of them and put them all up for sale. Tokyo Ravens. Okay, this was the first Blu-ray I bought, like the first actual anime I ever purchased. I didn't know what it was about. I just started watching anime at one point, and then I walked into HMV, which I think is now, they went bankrupt a while ago, but walked into HMV and just saw this on the shelf. I was like, that kind of looks cool. Like I like the box art. and I bought it, and I didn't realize this is how they did it back in the day. This is how they did anime releases. But the volume 2 was just a cardboard insert, so I never ended up getting volume 2 of Tokyo Ravens. I actually never even watched. I never even finished watching the show because I just watched volume 1, and then I was like, well, that's stupid. But yeah, volume 1. I mean, they did a good job on this release, I think. If I remember too, there was like action scenes in cars, and they all had like Initial D style like light trails on like the headlights for the car chases. Thought that was quite funny. So I will keep that if only for nostalgic value. The Last Exile is absolutely goated, and there's a Chinese animation kind of project, like maybe it's a group of students or something like that, but they're making like I forget what it was called. It's like short animations and like anime kind of style action sequences that are kind of in the theme of Last Exile, like lots of like flying airships and like, you know, giant monsters and stuff like that. Cool stuff. More Vampire Princess. That's gonna go in the box. 9 under 7. Still 9 under 7. Nia under 7. The 25th anniversary edition of Akira. Always good to have, I guess. And then Sea of Control and Possibility. The complete series. Not a very popular show, but like interesting. Like a battle shonen that talks about economic policy and like inflationary pressure on the economy. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's really silly. Still, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a fair bit. Ending was a little weird. But Iria. I have Iria, Earthian, which is very stupid. Earthian is very stupid. Inuyasha. It's kind of funny. I actually bought these. At a thrift store. Way back in the day. Yeah, they were just in there. Doki Doki School Hours. I think I also picked that up at a thrift store. Don't really know. Dirty Pair Flash again. I don't know if I have that one in the box set. That disc might already be in the box set, so that might be a duplicate. And also, fun, we'll see more of this later, but All-Purpose Cultural Cat Girl Nuku Nuku. The original, not All-Purpose Cultural Cat Girl Nuku Nuku Dash, but, you know, the original Nuku Nuku. We'll talk about. Put those away. Suzuka, you can go. I think I'll be able to, like, if I do send this stuff to a convention, I think I'll be able to, like, at least get my money back for the booth. It just depends on how. I don't know. I've never done that before, so it's kind of hard to say. Because all of this would be hard to post on eBay, I think. I've tried selling stuff on eBay so far, but it hasn't really worked. Anyways, yeah, text no lies. I'm pretty sure, yeah, text no lies. This is the complete edition on DVD. You can't really see it in the video itself. I'll kind of put those up there, but they're actually 3-dimensional. It's like that weird kind of hologram. It's like that hologram kind of thing, and they're all. Some of them aren't. It's actually an insert. Oh, what? It actually is an insert. That's crazy. Whoa, that's so cool. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if you can really see. Yeah, you can see a little bit. Yeah, you see it moving. Yeah. Yeah. Can't see it so good in this one. The lighting on that one's not really great, but this one you can see. Yeah. Okay. I just realized that. The more you know. Not getting rid of those. I imagine those would fetch a premium if I was ever to get them again. Texan-Wise is a really good show. Kind of boring sometimes, but like I just like the vibe. You know, the vibe is there. Nia under 7. This is another one I have. I wonder how many of these do I have? More Nia under 7. I don't think I'll title this like My Anime Collection. I think I'll title this Organizing My Anime Collection. I don't really want Inuyasha. I don't really like Inuyasha. I mean, like, it's not bad, but I mean, like, I don't know, compared to anything else, I don't really know why I would keep that over something else. Let me see. This Ugly Yet Beautiful World. This is like some edgelord stuff. Kind of funny. Kind of stupid, but funny nonetheless. I think I might only have one volume of it though, so I might let go of that one. Maybe I'll rip it before I get rid of it. I'll probably rip a lot of these before I get rid of them, actually, now that I think about it. I also have Burst Angel. Burst Angel is like, I really like the art style. It kind of reminds me of Samurai Girls. I think it was called Samurai Girls. It's the kind of reminds me of this. This is I think this is one of the girls off of Samurai Girls. Like her. Yeah. Very bodacious. Quite enjoy that. Lots of fan service. Just kind of like I guess it'd be like almost like a battle shonen, but just like a diet high school DxD, if you will. So maybe, I don't know if I have the whole thing. If I don't have the whole thing, I might just get rid of that. That's more Inuyasha. Doki Doki School Hours. And then I have Dokoi Da Volume 1 Ultra Diaper Man. Not entirely sure. I don't really know what that is. Never watched it. Golgo 13, the Queen Bee movie. Pretty good. And then Those Who Hunt Elves. This is why I'm getting rid of my Those Who Hunt Elves VHS, because I actually just have the whole thing on Blu-ray now. And this is, you know, like that when I put it on the shelf. So kind of like upgrading that, if you will. Did I already talk about that stuff? Yeah, I think I did. No, I didn't talk about this yet. Some of this I did. Did I talk about the Slayers thing yet? I can't remember. This is the Slayers DVD, like the first 3 seasons of Slayers in one DVD box. So when you pop it open, it's actually quite impressive, like the design of it. So it all comes out, and then all of these, it's like one after the other. Those ones are kind of stuck together for some reason. Come on. Yeah. And then it's like a menu. So it's like you get to pick your selection. You know, what Slayer would you like to have today, sir? So I think I ended up picking up. I ended up picking this up for like $25. I think that was a good deal. It was a really good deal. Random junk and garbage. And this is why I want to do this video, because there's just so much random shit in my way. I also have these too. They're like viewfinder cameras from like the I think the 60s or the 70s. But yeah, and then you roll them up by hand. Kind of crazy. Crazy what people used to do to take pictures. Oh, okay. This one. This Moe-chan, or Mao-chan, I will protect the peace of Japan. This is like cute girl show, but like it's like imperialist Japanese propaganda. Like it's like espousing the virtues of the Japanese military and what it's going to do to keep the people of Japan safe. But it's very on the nose. It's a very funny show, and the English dub is really, really terrible. Honestly, just a fun watch, just a fun watch in general, and not something I've ever seen anybody ever talk about. Really. So, what did that come out of? Figure that out later. So this is 7 of 7, but I only have 2 volumes. And then that's volume 2 of Brain Powered. Brain Powered is bad enough that it deserves a save on my shelf. Get rid of that. Keep these. Oh, yeah. So I didn't talk about these necessarily. So Read or Die. Read or Die is kind of cool. It's like they have superpowers, and the one chick's superpower is like she can control paper, so she can make like airplanes out of pieces of paper, and she like fights with paper. So yeah, kind of a cool show. It's been a really long time since I watched that, so I apologize for that terrible explanation. Fruit of Grisaya, peak. Okay, peak visual novel adaptation. Second season was pretty good. I've been watching. There was a recent. They were doing an adaptation of. Was it Phantom Trigger? I don't know if Phantom Trigger was the most recent one. Anyways, they're still adapting Grisaya, even though it's all these years later. But the visual novels are like, mwah, chef's kiss. I quite enjoy them. And then we have Blood, The Last Vampire. That's the DVD release. Pretty sure I have this on VHS somewhere. Maybe we saw that. Maybe we didn't. Go 13. Psybuster. I could probably. Yeah, there's volume 1. There's volume 1 of Brain Powered and volume 2. So between volume 1 and volume 2, I have up to episode 18 on DVD. So, not the best, but that's enough Brain Powered for me, I suppose. I'm going to keep Speed Grapher and those. Nobody understand me, man. I think this has... So it's 5 to 8. 24, 1 to 4, 5 to 8. I'm gonna have to find where the rest of my Ruined Soldier is before I decide whether or not I want to keep that. If I have the full set, I'll keep it, but if I don't, I won't. I don't know what this is. I got this at some point. It looks really, really terrible. Like the box art, I think it's Chinese. I don't know, but it looks like a Chinese boy love show. And the character designs are just atrocious. So like maybe worth like a hate watch is kind of what I was thinking when I got it. I still haven't done that. Maybe I'll get around to that one of these days. Psybuster, Tokyo 2040. Is this a movie or what? Oh. What's that from? We Give You Our Wave of Love. Huh. I think that fell out of one of the DVDs. And I also have this too, which is like a Trigun. It's like a Trigun insert from one of the VHS tapes, but it's like holographic, kind of like stamped, like a metallic stamp. So keeping that. That's fun. What other junk do we have in here? Now we're kind of starting to get into the meat of it. I think I'll get rid of Psybuster. Or is this all of the episodes? Was there only 5 episodes of Psybuster, or was there more? There was probably more. I'll get rid of that. Burst Angel. You go back on the shelf. Lord's Marksman. Earthian. I want to keep Earthian because I don't think there are very many good versions of it online. Might make a rip of that at some point. Go 13. Go 13 Queen Bee Special Edition. Maybe I'll just watch that just I'll just put that like on my DVD player in my room, and maybe one night when I'm not really feeling like doing anything, I can just put that on and watch it. Volumes 1. Huh. This actually contains all of the show, I think. 7 of 7. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably keep that too. If I have the complete set and like I haven't seen it yet, then I might as well. It's kind of hard to know. It's kind of hard to know what to get rid of. But like the difference between a hoarder and a collector is the curation part of it. So this is me curating. So right now I'm getting rid of my hoard and I'm curating. Okay, so that this actually turns into something that I can actually do something with. Like, dear God. Oh, these are cool. And these are actually quite heavy too, because they have the OBD inserts. But this is actually the complete collector's edition DVD set of Orimo, or I Can't Believe My Sister Is This Cute. At least the first season, I think, yeah. I picked these up in Japan at Hard Off, I think. I think they were at a Hard Off. I paid 50 bucks for them, I think. Not bad, all in all. It even comes with a, if I could get it out of there. It's like a little mini, light novel kind of thing. Yeah. Neat, right? I thought so. I quite enjoy Orimo. I can't tell if you can't tell by the number of Kirino Kosaka figures on my shelf. Honestly, just yeah. Not gonna talk about too much about that. You know, it's one of those things. If you know, you know. All right. Now, moving on. If I See You in My Dreams. No idea what that is. Animation Runner Kurumi 2. Don't know why I got that. But, okay, now this is cool. Air, the complete series on DVD. I think it's just... Actually, no, it's on 3 discs. So, yeah. Honestly, quite happy. And disc 3 is just the special features. I kind of wish they would have spread the episodes out over the 3 discs, because I don't know what the bit rate is going to be like on that, but I'll take what I can get. Especially when it comes to Air. Air was really good. I love the VN too. I was playing through the VN. Now we're kind of starting to get into the old stuff. Like, this is stuff that I collected fairly early on, or like, I don't know if I'd say collected is the right word. I just kind of like bought whatever I could get my hands on. But one thing that I unironically enjoyed quite a bit was Die Guard. Die Guard is like kind of like in the vein of Martian Successor Nadesico. It's kind of like a mecha comedy. I think it was also done by Zebek. Was this done by Zebek? Yeah, it was done by Zebek. Zebek had like a genre of like parody kind of like shitpost mecha shows, until they eventually messed up Full Metal Panic, and then they had to go bankrupt. But before that, they were actually pretty good. Gonna keep that, because these are pretty hard to come by too. Because this is just like kind of like, it's weird that like the Slayers set, if this was set up the same way that the Slayers box set was, this would be like a third of the thickness. But they just decided to really go all out and give it this triple thick DVD case. Thought that was kind of cool. Okay. You're Under Arrest. I have a pretty significant amount of it, although I'm trying to think where the other ones are. I do have maybe they're in a box somewhere. Anyways, I did have most of You're Under Arrest on DVD, if not all of it. You're Under Arrest, great show. 10 out of 10. Best show ever. Oh, I'm not really organizing these shelves much, am I? I am clearing them off, though. I'll have to come back to this later. All right, I haven't really gotten into this. Let me just get all of the... I'll just take all the Full Metal Panic out at the same time. Show you guys all my Full Metal Panic stuff. Oh, that's... Yeah. Spirit Angel, Soul Taker. Do 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 do. You know what? Here, screw this. Okay. Negima, the complete collection. Actually, disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, and disc 4. See, okay, so this is 4 discs. How many episodes are on my other Negima? Gonna have to see. I might just be able to get rid of my other Negima DVDs if these ones weren't compressed like crazy. Dirty Pair, get rid of Dirty Pair. I don't really need Dirty Pair. I've watched all of it quite a few times. It's not really funny anymore for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. World End. What are you doing at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? This was a pretty good one. Pretty good show. Made me cry. Wasn't really expecting that. Absolute Duo. Absolute Duo was one of the first shows I ever watched and talked about on a podcast with my buddies. Me and my buddies had delusions of grandeur back in the day. We started a podcast and we were watching the seasonal rotations circa, what year did this come out? I want to say 2015. Shit. None of these tell you the year. That's so stupid. Anyways, Battle Programmer Shirisei, really terrible show. But the opening song is like phenomenal. The opening theme song is phenomenal, and it's dead media. So that's why I picked that up. Pretty much just so I could get my hands on the audio file for the music. I couldn't find it, couldn't track it down anywhere. Weathering with You, you know, Makoto Shinkai, typical stuff. They just sold that. They were selling that at Best Buy. I got a pretty good deal on that, I think. Michiko and Hatchin. This was one of the first shows that I think I bought on release because I think GR Arcada or like Glass Reflections made a video about it, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of neat. Noir is good. Noir is good. This is Cowboy Bebop. The complete collection. Kaze no Stigma, the complete collection. Haven't actually seen that, but that's Stigma on the Wind is what that translates to. Or Wind of Stigma. Not really sure. Not really sure if that will be worth the watch, but we'll see. I'll put these back here. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh. Ah, there it is. I knew I had You're Under Arrest. Yeah. So this is episodes 1 to 12. And then the other discs I have are the remaining episodes for the first season. Yeah, that's how I got around it, because I couldn't find. This is actually a disc from a library. Like, yeah, let me see. Mid-Continent Public Library. Mid-Continent Public Library. I don't know which state that is, but I did order this online from a library. Because they were, Independence MO. MO. What is that? What state is MO? Not Mississippi. No, there's Mississippi isn't a state. Anyways, whatever MO is. Montana. It's from Montana. Okay, so some library in Montana had, this was the only DVD version for the first core of You're Under Arrest, which is why I ended up being able to complete the set. So this is actually 7 discs or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, because that goes up to 12, and then I have 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Maybe I need one more disc to complete that. Maybe I'm full of shit. I don't know. I'll have to see. All right, now. Full Metal Panic. I'll talk about those in a minute. Yeah, I really like Full Metal Panic. In case you weren't able to tell, I have Full Metal Panic Fumafu, Full Metal Panic, the Second Assault or the Second Raid, and then the two copies of just the first season of Full Metal Panic, and then I also have Full Metal Panic Invisible Victory. Oh yes, there it is. So there it is. The entirety of Full Metal Panic on disc. Yeah. Wasn't really a huge fan of Invisible Victory, but I'll take my victories where I can get them, I suppose. I was honestly just happy it ended up getting more of it made. Even if the made blue-haired girl, Kaname? Was her name Kaname? Yeah, Kaname Chidori. Even if she ended up getting kind of thrown into like the damsel of distress kind of role for Invisible Victory, that kind of upset me because she was always like a good female lead, which is kind of uncommon, especially for anime from that time period, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass again. But definitely one of the better female leads. This is my box set for Kitty Grade, which is kind of like Agent Aika or Dirty Pair. Like this, I guess this would be closest to Dirty Pair Flash. Would be what the equivalency would be. It's just secret agents in space with the spaceship, and they got to go around and stop the interstellar bad guys from doing interstellar bad guy things. Not a bad show. Don't mind it. And then I have the box sets for a certain scientific railgun and a certain magical index. And then I also have Index 2, my certain scientific railgun S, and then I think maybe that's it. Maybe I was just looking at getting the rest of it because they had a certain scientific railgun T that came out recently, which I was interested in getting. Oh, also Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla's that's a good movie. That's a really good movie. Yeah, okay. Maybe that is it. Okay, so that's it for my certain scientific railgun, or index and railgun series specifically. So these. So I have the first and second seasons of both. Quite enjoyed them. I mostly like railgun more though, because I don't know. I found like railgun was a lot more concise. Like the plotting, the pacing. I don't know. I ended up liking it more. I'm also more like into the sci-fi side of things. So like the general setting and the vibe of railgun was just more my style, and the arc that they had with the clones, the Mizikas, that was like, oh, hit me right in the feels the first time I watched it. This is Serial Experiments Lane, the complete collection. I don't know if this is the first release or the second, but yeah, we have this is the Blu-ray box restore, so this is like a restoration of it. And we have a bunch of like notes and like director commentary. This has a lot of director commentary in it. This little book's here, you know, about them talking about it like retrospectively. And then this one is just full of key art from the show and kind of like character references, stuff like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, like stuff like that, which I quite enjoy. Yeah, so anyways, that's what you get when you get one of those. I could probably, I'd say I'd recommend this. One of them, let me see this one. Episodes 1 to 7. Blu-ray one. I think this is a DVD. Yeah. So it's basically like it comes with the DVD version and the Blu-ray version, in the same box. So regardless of what format you want to watch it on, I don't know if the DVD would have less of the restoration kind of stuff with it. Just put that Funimation thing in there with it. But yeah, interesting from an anime history kind of standpoint. I think glad I was able to pick that up for pretty cheap. We'll put that over there for now. We're going to Gunslinger Girl. This is the box set for Gunslinger Girl. Quite enjoyed that show. The second season sucked. Like, really sucked. But, I mean, you know, the first one's good enough, I guess. Kino's Journey. The original Kino's Journey. I quite enjoyed it. The second one didn't really live up to it, but if there's anything about the second one, it's that it made me watch the first one. I was like, this is an interesting kind of like idea. I wish they did it better, you know. And then I went back and I watched the first one, and I was like, oh hey, there it is. All right, I'll just pull the rest of these out, and then we'll talk about these specifically. Oh, spacey. Oh, yeah, I got some patches. I have the complete version of Razafon. So that's Razafon. All the mecha stuff. I think I've watched 3/4 of it at this point. I got caught up with stuff and I had to stop. I'm kind of losing my voice. Oh my God. I've been talking for like 2 hours. Oh. Did I run out of space? How long has that been not recording for? God damn. Super. Okay, so we're back. It's the following day. For you guys, nothing's changed. I transported. I was losing my voice and it was getting late. I think we're at 3 hours, around 3 hours right now. We're gonna wrap up the DVDs here, and then we'll be on to the Laserdisc shortly. Yeah. So, anyways, I got the box set for the ADV dub version of Super Dimension Fortress Macross. Honestly, this show is just so good. I think I've seen the entire thing like probably 4 or 5 times now. So like I've watched 250 episodes of SDF Macross, and I still can't get over how good of a job ADV did on this dub circa the mid-2000s. I'm pretty sure 2005, 2006. This was like the briefest of moments where Harmony Gold lapsed in its judgment and allowed Macross to be licensed and re-released in the United States. I don't know if that was because of some technicality or some mix-up with like how Harmony Gold was enforcing its licenses, or if ADV actually did manage to convince them to let them do this. If you don't know about the whole Harmony Gold Macross snafu, it's pretty interesting. It goes all the way back to Robotech. Lots of intrigue in that story, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, SDF Macross. Apart from Macross Plus, the best Macross, okay? Because it just started it all. Even if it's an old show, like, and the animations kind of like, they reuse animations and it's very campy at certain points. I find it still holds up pretty well. And again, the English voice actors really did a great job of bringing it in. I think Roy Fokker and Captain Global and what was it? One of the ship girls. She's like Funimation's like token little girl character, but all of them were pretty fresh in the industry at the time, so it's a very like unjaded. Like they were all really giving it their all when they recorded their roles. So honestly, great. And they actually brought back Min-Mei's original Japanese voice actress to voice Min-Mei. So like she's actually re-recording the songs and stuff like that for the English dub, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Anyways, moving on. Enough about Macross. We have the Ultimate Collection of The World God Only Knows. Basically, I don't know. It's just a really funny, really good comedy, kind of like rom-com, I guess harem show. But basically, like he's not actually interested in any of the women at any point, really. So I don't know if I would classify it as a harem, because he's basically just trying to keep these women away from him. But in order to not die, he has to woo them and like capture the weird demon that's like stuck in their soul or something like that. He plays visual novels, and that's where he gets all of his womanly information from, I suppose. He just played so many romance visual novels that he knows how to talk to women. It's basically like 4chan moderator needs to. It's like The Bachelor, but if The Bachelor was a 4chan moderator. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Really like that one. Unironically funny. We have the DVD, the complete collection of DVDs for Metal Fighter Miku. This is the original release. This was released by Anime Works in when was it? Well, it says 1995, but that's definitely not. Oh, sorry, Media Blasters. Media Blasters released this. I don't know. It doesn't say when they actually did that, but yeah, we still have. It's pretty basic, like a pretty weird OBD. And again, similar to Die Guard, we have this double DVD case kind of thing going on. Yeah, we have quite a few episodes on each disc. Yeah. So, not quite sure how that one turns out, but anyways, I got it. I think I ended up having to pay about $200 for these, just for this one case. Very hard to find. Very hard to find. Maybe there's copies available for it now that are cheaper, but at the time that was the only one. My Dear Mary. I got the DVD for it. It took me a bit to. This is one that I specifically tracked down as well. We'll notice a theme with some of these because I actually I watched the VHS for this first. This was one of the first VHS tapes that I ever collected off of like a random kind of like a VHS like eBay lot. And I actually quite enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed it. It's just 3 episodes. It's quick. It's short. Kind of like rom-com sci-fi elements. Kind of wish they made more of it, you know. But again, ADV did the dub for it, and they did the release, so it's pretty well put together. And in terms of like watching it with a higher level of visual fidelity compared to like the VHS tapes, this DVD is certainly the way to go. They did a good job because it's only 3 episodes, so it's 3 episodes on the disc. It's pretty hard to mess that up. Tattoon Master. Yeah, I don't really know. It's been a long time since I've seen this. I think he has a tattoo, and he's able to like he's like the master of the hot girls, and they have to fight demons or something. Hard to say. Oh, that's just this is just the English localization of Shuffle. Funny enough, this is actually a DVD. This is actually a DVD visual novel. So you could load this into. I think you could load this into a DVD player. Maybe not. Maybe you would still have to load it on the computer. But they did release DVD playable visual novels where you would put it in your DVD player, and then you would use the remote control to select the specific options, and it would basically just it used the DVD file menu structure to basically recreate the pick your own adventure kind of thing. Not too many of those ever got released, and I think even fewer of them ended up getting localized. I think there was only one company that really ended up doing English localizations for those. You can find some of those visual novels on the Internet Archive, actually. A little hard to find some of them, but they are there. Interesting from like a visual novel historical standpoint, I suppose. I have the Blu-rays for Martian Successor Nadesico. Yeah, the whole thing. This includes the movie and the 2 seasons of the original show. Quite enjoyed that. So I basically have I have Martian Successor Nadesico on every format. I have the series on movie, like I have the series on VHS, the original 26 episodes. Then I have this, so the complete collection on Blu-ray, and then I have the movie, Angels of Darkness, I think it was called, on Laserdisc. So it's kind of like got a bit of a grab bag, of all of it. Phantom Memory, Corral. Don't really know. I don't think I ever ended up watching this. I think I ended up getting this. Yeah, this is a save release. Funny though, if you like the save releases, if you turn them inside out, you get the actual box art. A lot of people don't really know that. But if you don't want to look at that ugly green color on your shelf, you can just turn the insert inside out, and it'll give you something a bit cleaner to look at. And then it doesn't look like you're cheap, too. You know, hacks. I have the seasons 1 to 3 of Higurashi no Nakukoro ni, or like when they cry, when the cicadas cry, however you want to say it. Yeah, honestly, just really, I don't know if I'd say really good show, but like really, I don't know how I'd explain my feelings about Higurashi. Definitely, I'd say like bigger than, like, very influential, very impactful on the anime industry, and kind of did a lot for early PC like visual novels as well. You know, this was and this was only made, like, the original VN was only made by one dude, and his parents helped him. There's an old documentary on YouTube from 2005, and they interviewed the guy who made the original visual novels, and the people who were making the documentary didn't really have any idea what Higurashi was. So like that kind of just got, like, the subtext of it is just kind of funny, because they're like, oh look, his mom and his dad are helping him with, you know, making his computer game, and look at these cute characters, and it's all so wholesome, but it's like actually Higurashi that they're talking about. And it just completely goes over the normie's head when they're interviewing the guy making it. So yeah, Girls Moon Panzer, the complete series on Blu-ray. I mean, you know, not really much to say about that. I have the movies. I watched the show initially. I was kind of like sleeping on the show for a long time. Eventually got around to it and realized, like, oh my god, this is actually goated. So 3 mini goddesses. I think this is in the Aha My Goddess. Yeah, this is the Aha My Goddess cinematic universe. And I think this is just like chibi kind of like short skits that they released on, like, that they broadcasted alongside the show back in the day. Need to have. I didn't try to pick these up specifically, so I can't say if they're especially rare or hard to come by, but still interesting nonetheless, because you could end up with. I think I have some of My Goddess on Laserdisc, actually. So when you're collecting the formats, especially back in the day, you could end up with the same show on 3 different formats. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah. Here's the Ava. I bought that at Walmart. This shows what I think about Ava. Step back. Elfen lied. Yeah. Just so, I don't know, just so stupid. It's such a stupid show. And honestly, just the gratuitous violence in Elfen Lied just makes it, like, almost at certain points, like after watching stuff like Nightmare Campus and Uritsuki Doji and stuff like that, my brain's kind of cooked. But it's almost like an unintentional, like, comedy at certain points, because all of the characters and the evil guys are just so comically evil. Their motivation is just to be evil, but then to also like see newer weebs and like up and coming, like, younger YouTubers in the AniTube kind of sphere try to talk about Elfen Lied like it's some sort of deep thing, is also funny on its own level. Like, if I get recommended them in my feed, I will go out of my way to watch Elfen Lied reviews from fledgling weeblets just to see how they try to internalize the content of just whatever the hell is going on in this show. Anyways, Outbreak Company. That one's still sealed because I watched it on streaming, but I did quite enjoy it. Wish there was more of it. In terms of like the kind of like isekai light, kind of like modern versus fantasy kind of thing, like the Gate kind of concept, I guess. Gate's light novels too are actually like pretty great. A lot better than the show, to be honest. So I'd recommend reading. Recommend reading The Light Novels Brigade if you can. Outbreak Company's just kind of more of that. You know, it was concise. I think it only had like 13 episodes. Only aired for one core, but still kind of a good piece of weeb history, I suppose. This is season one of Spice and Wolf, and I have season one on Blu-ray, but season two on DVD. So maybe at some point I'll remedy that. Probably not. As long as I can really watch it, I don't really care, because like something like Spice and Wolf isn't really a target for any sort of archiving effort on my part, because if you want to watch Spice and Wolf, you'll probably always be able to watch Spice and Wolf. I don't think it's one of those shows that's like ever going to go away, if only because Hollow is just like the Discord profile picture of almost every furry on this half of the world. But I digress. F, A Tale of Memories. Yeah, really good actually. Kind of like psychological, kind of like if I'm remembering correctly, it's like the unreliable narrator, and a lot of like converging plot lines and stuff like that. Kind of like a weird kind of it's like a mystery. It's like a mystery kind of thing that comes together at the end. I don't actually remember how it ends. I remember there was a church. I'm gonna have to rewatch this because I really liked it. It's probably been a good 5 years since I've actually seen it. And yeah, too, the nice thing, like the good Blu-ray releases will actually include, like, it'll be released on 2 discs, so you get really, really good bandwidth on the video files themselves. I forget, like, I think it's like 50 gigabytes a disc for these. So, you know, like 10 times that of Blu-ray, or sorry, DVD. So you end up, if you can rip them, you end up getting some really nice video files out of it. Ruby, volumes 1 to 5. This is just like a discount, kind of like a discount Walmart thing I bought. Not that Ruby's like actually anime. But the one guy who did the choreography for all of the action scenes, he ended up passing away during like a routine surgery or something like that. Like the anesthesia that they gave him didn't agree with him, and then he just kind of kicked the bucket. And after that, I think that was after season 4, season 3 or 4. Maybe it was season 5, but after that, it all kind of went off the rails, and the show kind of started to really suck. So he was definitely the linchpin that was holding that together. If anybody wonders why Ruby just suddenly started sucking, it was because that guy was no longer in the picture. Rest in peace. I forget his name. He had a weird name. He had like a nickname, because he also did some of the action scenes and choreography for Red vs. Blue. Anyways, comment down below if you remember that guy's name. Okami-san and her 7 companions. This was pretty good. Not anything like special or crazy. Around the same time as Kokoro Connect. This came out. Kokoro Connect came out. There was a bunch of other shows. I think Mad Lax, like that kind of, I don't know, it just has that vibe. You know, it's like very, very late 2000s. Maybe Mad Lax was early 2000s, but I don't know, just like quintessential early 2000s rom-com. So I appreciate that. And with that, we are now done with the discs, the tiny discs. Now we can start talking about the big discs. Isn't that exciting? But I also have to go get supper ready. So I'm gonna pause here, and then I'll be back. We'll figure the rest of this out. We're good to go with that, I think. Oh my. Diet Pepsi, the drink of the gods. You know they don't have Diet Pepsi in Europe? I don't know if aspartame is illegal, but man, I was over there for 6 months. I think that was probably the worst part of the whole thing. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, also, something cool I have. I'll show you here. It's a Lank controller, so I can remote control the zoom on my camera, and it tells me how long I've been recording for. Yeah, neat, right? I thought that was neat. I got a Canon AX70 camcorder. I use it for like live events and like sports and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, laser discs, the thing you've probably come here for. It's been quite the journey getting to here, but there's another shelf over here, and yeah, I guess I'll just start pulling things off of it. I might move some of it over here, just because I do have some empty shelves, and that shelf is pretty full. So maybe I'll organize this quick. Maybe organize is a strong word. Move stuff around, I think would be the appropriate term. Oh, there's a movie ticket. Huh. No expiry date on that. Okay. I'm gonna have to renew that. Oh, what do I want to start with? I don't know. We'll just I'll just start with some random I don't know, the loose ones I have, and then we'll get into the box sets. Some of these are like actually like full sets that are just kind of disorganized. That plastic little there. Don't know if that's more. No. And I don't. Now that I'm realizing it, I actually don't know what some of these are, because I ordered like a lot that had a disc I wanted, and I just never bothered to translate the actual thing. Does this have the disc in it currently? I was watching this recently. Yeah, come on. Where are you? There it is. Just checking here. Make sure I have this one. This is the Martian successor Nadesico movie, Prince of Darkness. This is the collector's edition box set. Do I have both discs? It comes in 2 discs. 2 discs. 2 discs for the full movie. So it is. That was one of the things about Laserdisc too, because you couldn't really, like, past a certain point, you can't really extend the playtime of the discs. Here, we'll open that up and I'll go through the inside of that later, because that one's a neat one. What else do I have? I think this. Okay, this pile. This pile will be acceptable for now. We'll grab more as we go. Sequence. Oops. Looks like a rom-com, or like some sort of like romantic drama, but I haven't seen it yet. That's also a bit of a theme. If I bought a lot for a specific disc, I don't know, I just haven't had the time. I've just been like, I guess I have had the time, but watching untranslated media is kind of like something I have to be in a specific kind of mood for. And by mood, I mean I need a lot of whiskey. And I haven't been drinking a lot lately. So that's kind of put a damper on my weeb adventures, I suppose. So sequence, don't know if that's good. If it is good, let me know. Let me know down in the comments if you know any of these. This one's kind of cool. Saber Marionette J. This one's still in the plastic, but I do have the box set for this. I either have the box set or I have a significant amount of Saber Marionette J on Laserdisc. I just really like the art style of it. Here, let me get this out of the plastic. So I proxy ship these over. The proxy ship I use is from Japan. I'm not like no affiliate links or sponsorships on that. You know, I guess I could use Bai. I'm pretty sure like all the reputable ones are more or less the same kind of thing, but I've never had a problem with From Japan, and I find the additional packaging that they put on their stuff, like that was 1 disc and it comes triple wrapped. And this is actually still factory sealed. Shit. I probably shouldn't open this, actually. But yeah, so this is the first volume of Saber Marionette J. Neat. Yeah, cool stuff. Put that on the shelf. Again, this is something that I ordered. I actually ended up ordering 2 of these by accident, I'm pretty sure. Not by accident, but like I ordered 2 lots, and they both had just Silent Mobius the Motion Picture in them. Again, we have a lot of plastic packaging. Man, this is the thing about like the Japanese, they have that attention to detail where, like, you know, the guy the proxy service will wrap it up, but then the guy I bought it from before the proxy service also wrapped it, but then the guy who owned it before that also wrapped it, and then the factory also wrapped it again. So there's like, it's like, I'd say this is, I'd say that's about as mint condition as you can get. Yeah. The cool thing about Laserdiscs, really, I think, at the end of the day, maybe, oh, I can zoom in a bit. I can zoom in. Yeah. Yeah. Zoom in on my stack. Cool thing about the, and then that way I don't have to tilt it so you don't end up seeing the reflection from light. Honestly, the neatest thing about the Laserdiscs is the package art. Just the fact that they're so huge too. This one might have only been played once by the looks of it, if at all. Yeah. So, yeah, the Silent Mobius. That's what the package looks like. I just haven't watched this yet. It looks very silly. Smells like fresh Laserdisc. All that plastic keeps it good. Always put them back in the plastic. Okay. Don't be stupid. Because if you ever go to pick this up the wrong way off of the shelf, this plastic is the only thing that's saving your disc from sliding out of the sleeve onto the floor. Yeah. All right. What else do we have? Oh, Gal Force. Gal Force is like actually just a good OVA in general. I tried to track down the VHS tapes. I think I had a Gal Force movie tape. Maybe I still do somewhere. Yeah. I did have some of Gal Force on VHS at some point. Just I don't know, just a good mechanical designs, and quite enjoy the whole girl power, girl boss fighting in space thing. You know, cute girls, big spaceships, explosions. Definitely does it for me. If you haven't noticed already by all the Martian successor Nadesico. This one, Wordsworth. Pretty sure this is a hentai. This is volume 2. Yeah, there's a lot of I can't really show the back of this on camera. Let's just say this is not safe for work. But yes, they did release hentai on Laserdisc. I have a few discs that does it, although not as much hentai as I have on VHS. Probably have like 20 hentai VHS tapes, I think. More Saber Marionette. This is Saber Marionette J2X. So this is like the one of the later seasons, I think. This is just the first act. The whole chipmunk character design kind of thing, I think is funny. It's very indicative of like the time period, and also it reminds me of Voltage Fighter Gao-Kaiser. So just like seeing these characters and then thinking about Voltage Fighter Gao-Kaiser, kind of funny. Also kind of like, I think this style is like the precursor to Key, like it's like Clannad Air, like those, like the Key adaptations. Quite good, quite good. Kyoto Animation. Kyoto Animation did all the key adaptations, did they? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've had to talk about that. Lots of Saber Marionette J. Moldiver, just good sci-fi action. Generally, quite enjoy the art. And she's doing an open leg split on the front. They definitely knew their audience when they were making a lot of these. I think a lot of people had a lot of good ideas, but unless they had like some sort of gratuitous fan service, they weren't going to move copies. So like the panty shots, the upskirts, the boobs, it's all on display, on full display. Because that was the only way you knew back in the day whether or not you wanted to buy something, because you didn't have YouTubers telling you about what you should buy. What's this one? This is... don't know what that is. Is that the same? Is that the same one? No, it's not. It's a different one. Okay. Yeah, no. So, same one. Still don't know what this is. Uh-oh. Come on. Shit falls over. Just gonna put that sideways for now. Not good to store tapes on a diagonal, or sorry, discs. You don't want to leave them long periods of time on diagonals, because then you get bends in the discs and they won't play correctly. You also don't want to lay them down flat. So like always the vertical orientation. I guess I'll have to watch this. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, Armitage. Armitage 3. What volume was that? That's episode 3. I don't know if I have all of the episodes on Laserdisc. Or if it's just episode 3, but this was something that I thought would be worth collecting. Yeah. Again, like the art for the purposes of display is quite nice. And I think like some of these Laserdiscs, like even if you're not like into Laserdiscs, still like having them is like kind of cool. This is the Martian Successor Nadesico movie collector's box set. And this box set, if you pre-ordered it back in the day, it would come with these figures. These figures, here, I'll hold them up to that camera. These figures are Rory. Yeah, there was 2 of them. So you could then I have both of them. These were actually quite hard to track down as well, because they didn't actually come with this disc. I found out about these figures, I think, through some of the press material that was like the promotional stuff that was being released around the time that they had those. These are still factory sealed too, or well, I guess not sealed, but like I haven't taken these out of the box yet, so these are still like in mint condition. Quite enjoyed that. Thought that was neat, because they didn't really like make a lot of figures back in the day. So like, especially for a movie like this, where like the character designs are pretty cool, I thought I wanted something a bit more than just having it. The cool thing about this is that being the collector's edition, you have a lot of like additional material, artist references, key art. They really, really liked Rory back in the day. Like I think she won. They had like a magazine competition, and I think the year this came out, Rory won like all the best waifus for the whole year, basically. As per, she is best girl. She basically, I mean, yeah, because like she got a whole movie made about her. They were like, they had the 26 episodes, and they're like, we don't care about the other characters. Just talk about Rory. So this whole book is just Rory. Somebody at the production department really, really liked Rory. Dictionary for the movie, so you have like glossaries, I guess, if there's like terms that you weren't familiar with. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'd machine translate this at some point to kind of pick through it, but honestly, I just like having it. Yeah, you have like manga panels. I think this is... I actually don't know if that's like a shoujo jump magazine kind of thing. More Rory. and just general. Oh, I like that one. A lot of these would make really good like desktop backgrounds, I think. God, if this show came out today. Oh man, they had another figure. Let me see. I'll zoom in on that. I'm missing a figure. Ah, come on. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah. That one. I need to get that one. Oh, man. Anyways. Lots of like posters and stuff like that. More Rory. It's all Rory in here. Anyways, great. Whoever these guys are. I don't know. Yeah, so that was just like the one insert. Came with that. Came with some postcards. You know, your typical thing. 4 postcards. So you could mail 4 of your best friends and tell them, expel the virtues of Martian successor Nadesico. Pop that out of the box. And I think that's it. Yeah. But yeah, you have the chapters. More Rory, obviously. And yeah, just the discs at that point. Neat movie. Wasn't good enough. They were supposed to release like I think 3 movies, but they just never ended up. I guess this one didn't really do that great at the box office, so they just kind of called it quits. Zebek, I think at that point was already kind of running into financial troubles. I forget the exact history of it, but there is some interesting history. Zebek was a pretty big studio back in the day. So like seeing when I saw that when they went bankrupt after they released Invisible Victory, Full Metal Panic Invisible Victory, I was kind of sad. Plastic Little. Also, while I'm going through, it's probably good I inspect these discs. Make sure none of them are rotting. This one looks good. Yeah, Plastic Little. It's a good one. Lots of sci-fi, which I quite enjoy. And I don't know. A lot of these didn't end up getting Blu-rays. I think Plastic Little did get. It definitely got a DVD release. I don't know if it ever got the Blu-ray treatment though. More of this show. I don't know what this show is. Is this the same disc again? No, that's a different color. I don't know. If you know what this is, please tell me, because I'll inevitably forget to look it up later. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. And my favorite kind of sport, marine sports, by T-Square. This is an anime. This is just lost all that plastic. This is just an album that T-Square made. It's all like kind of jazz music. It's basically like elevator music, but it all has like really nostalgic 1990s like beach video footage of like palm trees and people going swimming and like windsurfing and fishing and stuff like that. Just really cool, if only for the aesthetic of it all. And T-Square is a pretty good band, actually. This is how I discovered T-Square. Funny enough, I think this is the first. Maybe this is the first Laserdisc I ever captured, I guess. I think. Because I got it like. It was one of those things where it was like on sale for 1 yen. And I bid 1 yen. And I won the auction. So I was like, oh, cool. So it cost me. All of these discs cost me more to ship here than the discs actually did. And more of the show again. What is the show? I don't understand. How did I end up with so many of these? What is that? The show looks cooked. Okay. Well, anyways. If I see more of these, I'll just skip. I mean, I don't know. I obviously, I was thinking something when I ordered these, maybe. Or maybe these came with the brain-powered discs. I think these might have been included with brain-powered, which is why I ended up having to pick them up. Somebody had weird tastes. Ica. Second mission of Ica. Naked Mission. Pretty sure this is the same. I have the VHS copy of this. Either the VHS or the DVDs. Yeah. Ica, good. Good. Sci-fi. Sci-fi, secret agent stuff. Lots of panty shots. Quite enjoy Ica. Gunbuster. Gunbuster. This is why I'm okay with getting rid of my Gunbuster VHS stuff, because I have most of it on Laserdisc. I think I have, if I only have volume 3, I'll be upset. I want to say I have the other volumes. Again, it's been a long time. If it's like, oh my god, this guy should know his collection a bit better. I moved here 2 years ago. I stacked these shelves, and then I've literally just been working non-stop. If the upload schedule for this channel is anything to go by, you can kind of tell, like, I've been a bit busy. This is the first time in the last 3 or 4 years where I've had the wherewithal and the time to actually sit down and talk about stuff. 1919? Yeah. I don't know if this is the one that I ordered. I ordered 2 of these. Yeah, okay. So, so the thing was, I spent 9 months, 6 or 9 months, I forget, I think it was 9 months, trying to track down the Laserdisc version of this. And all of a sudden, on the auction houses, within like a week, 2 copies of it got released at the same time. But I didn't know I really needed this disc, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to win the auction. So I bid on both of them to make sure that I would at least win one of the auctions. I ended up winning both of the auctions, but when they got here, one of them ended up getting cracked in the shipping process. So it was a good thing I ordered 2 of them. So now I just have a broken copy. But I guess if I ever I don't know, if the package on one of them ever gets messed up, I have a spare. I don't know, I could probably just get rid of this at this point, but or maybe like frame this. I think maybe framing this would be a good idea. Because if it doesn't have any value, it'd have some display value. Ah, more Armitage. This is episode 1. Yes. More Armitage. And it has the same gray. See, the VHS cassette, the gray is kind of semi-metallic. In this one, the gray is just a flat. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do anything for me. So the VHS, that's one of the cases where the VHS release is actually, I think, a bit nicer than the Laserdisc version. Just put that on the floor. Nice art. Armitage is good. Armitage is good. Good story. All about getting robots pregnant. Oh, Shamik Princess. Yes, Shamik Princess. Honestly, can't really say much about this. I probably watched this a good, like, 7 years ago, and I can't really remember what happened in it. Presumably there's a princess, and she is a shaman. And I have Video Girl I. Video Girl I has always been a bit of a curiosity of mine, just because I always see, like, kind of see this girl's, like, design on a lot of stuff. This was like I think this was fairly popular, or at least the representation in, like, the 90s magazines, like the Otaku magazines and stuff like that. Like, Video Girl I was definitely in the cultural zeitgeist for a while. So I have volumes 1 and volumes 3 here. Probably have volume 2 somewhere else. I'll have to organize that. And then I have episode 7 of El Hazard, The Magnificent World. I have most of El Hazard. Actually, I think I have the box set too. So, Video Girl I. She goes over there. Oh, what's this? Oh my god. What? Oh, it's more Ruri. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much Ruri in that box. It's literally exploding. Ruri is just popping out. She's falling out of her own movie. Actually quite I like that one. I like that one. That one's nice. It even comes in this cute little... Yeah. Bring that back. Crap, I gotta put that back in. If I don't put it back in now, I'll never put it back in because I'll forget. Okay. You go back in there. microbrewery. I'm gonna have to rewatch Nadesico again. It's been a long time since I rewatched it. But then again, I have those other. I keep rewatching the things I know I like, and I have all of these discs that I haven't watched yet. What the hell is this? Is this the Debutante Magical Detectives? I'm gonna translate this. Actually, wait, no. It might be hidden because I think this package. Oh, huh. That's still factory sealed. What do you know? I don't know if I'm gonna open that. Victory. It says Victory. Volume 2 of something Victory. Again, random lots. Yeah. Comments if you know what this is. No idea. Alright, moving on. Shamanic Princess again? Yeah, Shamanic Princess again. Yeah. The box art and the line art on these is like really nice. Really nice. I quite enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and watch these again sometime. More Shamanic Princess. Yes. Interesting too, like each one of the for Shamanic Princess, each volume has its own kind of art style for the cover art. Oh, is this what I think it is? Yes. Okay. Variable Geo. The original Variable Geo OVA series for like this was kind of like Dead or Alive or like Tekken. It was like an anime girl kind of like booby fighter. So like the boobs would jump around, and the more damage you take, the more your clothes fall off. But then they ended up making it into a series of OVAs, which are very risque. Very risque. Although I did want to collect all of them because presently I don't think there's any really good rip or encode of this. There wasn't when I picked these up, anyways. So the idea was that I could go through and rip them, and then English dub them too, like because I think there was an English dub for this, so I could take the audio file from the English dub DVDs. Yeah, and that's the other one. So it was a 3-volume. Yeah, volumes 1, 2, and 3. I really like her design. And later there was another Variable Geo, that OVA that came out that was just straight hentai. There's not a lot redeeming about that show except for its opening track. And I think I actually posted that opening soundtrack on this channel. More Shamanic Princess. That's a nibble. You can see it just a little bit. Wow. They were really trying to sell copies. How etchy is this? I can't remember. I don't know. It must have been a while ago. All right, there it is. Moving on. I don't have much to say about most of these. This is Slayer's Try. This is my this is the box set that I have for Slayers. There are 7 discs in it, and in shipping, you can kind of see if I can zoom in on it. In shipping, you can see the actual cardboard. The disc kind of started popping through on the cardboard. So I was actually the reason why I liked From Japan as a proxy shipping service is because when they just saw this little, like these little bumps here, and they were like, "Are you sure you want us to ship this? We can return it to the seller." And I was like, I don't really care that much, because I believe I asked them to take me some pictures of the discs, and the discs they're not cracked. Discs aren't cracked. So if the discs are still in good shape, I don't really care. This was when I was quite into Slayers. Now that I'm getting rid of the VHS tapes, I don't know. I guess I could keep the laser discs. I think that was kind of my idea too. It was like if I got rid of the VHS tapes, I'd still have like the laser disc release for at least one of the seasons. This one, El Hazard, The Magnificent World. Probably one of the more goated early isekais, or I say early isekai, but like mid '90s, I guess. The dub for this was actually pretty good too. And yeah, they did a good job on the box art. I actually had the VHS box set for this show as well. I traded it to somebody for, I think, like 20 other tapes at some point. But yeah, the Bugrams. I love the Bugrams. Bugram. Yeah. Good memories. Good memories. This is one of the first shows where I just kind of like, I don't know how I ended up coming across this show. Maybe it was when I was first, like, early days of collecting VHS, and I came across one volume of it, and I really liked it. I thought it was, I just, like even by modern standards, I think it holds up quite well. So like if you want to get somebody new into old anime, something like El Hazard is like a good bet. I think it's pretty silly. It's not too weird, too, because like normies have a hard time sometimes discerning fact from fiction. Oh yes, okay. My second copy of 1919, which is actually good. And more Saber Marionette J. And then this is El Hazard again. If I'm not mistaken, this is El Hazard 2. So this is the second season. So I have the first season in that box set. And then I have the second season. Yeah. I have the second season just loose disked. Yeah. God. The character designs in Saber Marionette J are so goated. Love the way the show looks. Anyway. Here. This is a fun one. Yeah. Oh. Some of the package got a little mangled. Cyber Team in Akihabara. Yeah. Same kind of vibe. I saw this and I was like, man, this looks like Saber Marionette J. So I was like, I should get that too. And I just love how just obnoxiously colored these discs are. Like, and the design is really cool. I quite like the designs. I only ever watched a little bit of this. I should probably just sit down and watch it. Kind of like a comedy, like slapstick comedy. Nothing really groundbreaking. So it kind of impresses me that a show like this would justify a 7-volume box set. And I only have 6 of the volumes right now. So I am missing one of them. So what you would do, if you were collecting Laserdisc back in the day, is you would order, like, it would be like a mail order kind of catalog, where you go to the store, and you would buy the box, and then over the course of like a few months or a year, they would release 1 volume at a time. And then by the end of the year, or however many months it had been, you would be able to fill out the entire box. So the box, like, it wasn't all purchased at the same time usually, because that would have been inordinately expensive for the average person. Remember I was talking about all-purpose cultural cat girl Nuku Nuku? Here we have all-purpose cultural cat girl Nuku Nuku. Yeah. Actually, wait a second. Where's the disc? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, I'm missing my discs. Did that go in? Where did the disc for that go? Wait a second. Side 1, 03. Side 1. 01. Oh, okay. I was just an idiot. Okay, so these are double-sided, but they only get one disc apiece. I was like, oh my god, where'd my volume 1 go? Can't be losing all-purpose cultural cat girl Nuku Nuku. Oh, you gotta be careful with these sleeves though, because you can pop it all the way through the middle, so when you go to close it, you can crack it. You'll be able to like break the disc. But yeah, all-purpose cultural cat girl. Yeah. The cool thing about these sleeves too is that they actually fold out into like a foot. It's like a 2 foot long kind of poster thing. Yeah, this one will do the same. Pretty sure. Yeah. So that is just like, I love it. I love the package design. We're never gonna get this with like DVDs. Just the fact that laser discs are so comically huge. These were printed by King's Records. And yeah. Yeah. Pretty neat. Pretty neat, I think. I really enjoyed this show too. It was kind of heartwarming. And then the later season, like your all-purpose culture cat girl Nuku Nuku Dash. That was like the, not the OVA, but like the TV release. I found quite enjoyable as well. Lots of good action direction too. Like stupid concept, but just like overproduced. What is this one? I forget. So this is like a super rare. It was like Princess Peach or Princess Pinky or something. I don't know what this one's called, but this is a really rare OVA that like very few people have had the discs for, and the current rips are really trash. And I picked this up thinking that it might have had something of the show in it, but it's actually just like a live action kind of like radio drama or like concert or something. I don't know. It's kind of disappointed, but weird. So like it has anime girls on the front of it, but it's actually live action. I think you can see. Yeah, you can see here. It's like I think it's like a live performance of the OVA. Yeah. Or maybe the music in the OVA. It's been a long time since I looked at that. Phase OV1. Oh, okay, yeah. No, this is more all-purpose culture cat girl. Yeah. I think this is the original OVA. This is the original OVA. That one's the TV version. And then Dash was the second TV season. If I'm remembering my all-purpose cultural cat girl Nuku Nuku correctly. Still, very good, very good. Now we're going to get into some of the weird ones. Alright, so these are actually English releases. So this is Kimagori Orange Road. This is the Anime Ego English. What the hell is that? Junk. Yeah, this CLV release. And they come in these paper sleeves, and it's all just so like... Blech. Like the English release is terrible. And then a lot of the times these had the subtitling, like they were hard subbed. And they weren't dubbed, they were like hard subtitled. Because I guess they didn't have the time or the money. But I have 3 volumes of that. I think that's the entire collection, at least from what there's definitely more of that. The Project Ica, this is the US manga release. widescreen edition. Let me see. Maybe it's this one. So what they would do, so like this was a theatrical release back in the day, so this film was theatrically released in a wider screen format than standard television. To avoid cutting any picture, the video version is letterboxed and positioned at the top of the television screen, so the subtitles appear over black for better legibility. So they're basically trying to explain letterboxed 4:3 to somebody circa the 90s, but if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the time the subtitling like kind of bumps up and then ends up like it's in this black box at the bottom, but then it actually ends up like instead of 2 lines, it turns into 3, and then the top line just ends up on the video anyways. Really atrocious. That's probably one of the worst localizations I've seen. And the video quality itself, because they crunched the video down, they did it. They must have been using like a composite mixer, like my Sony mixer kind of thing. So when they did that, they kind of messed with the field order, or like the lines are skipped. So like the actual like visual fidelity compared to it has like half the effective resolution of the Japanese release. Pretty bad. Same thing with Oh My Goddess, yeah. But this is Ah My Goddess. It's supposed to be Ah My Goddess, but I think they just Anime Ego just really like to mess things up. This is Eugen. This is actually a localized hentai laser disc. So this is an English localization of a hentai, which is kind of neat. So it just ended up everywhere. Just ended up on everything. This is more of that OVA. I think I can't really show. Not appropriate on the back. Yeah, definitely not. No, this one's fine. Maybe? No, this is the same one. Megami Paradise. Volumes 2, volumes 1 and 2. So, yeah, anyways, more of that. English localized. I think there might be a couple of more English discs I have, but it was like manga, and Anime Ego were the main ones that were releasing laser discs back in the day. At least for a short period of time. Alice in Cyberland, which is kind of this is the first OVA. The second OVA is the really terrible one that everybody wants to see. That's hard to track down. I'm pretty sure anyways. Because there was a second one of these made that was like comically bad, I think. If I'm remembering my internet lore correctly. But yeah, that's just the first one. Just the first one. More El Hazard. Oh, there's the other Oh My Goddess. This is The Space Pirate is a Cat, I think is the English translation. Or like cat space pirates. They are space pirates, and it's very funny. There's a talking cat, and he sounds like he smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. So there's a chain smoking cat, and they go on adventures, and then they usually blow things up. Very like very like Dirty Pair, like Agent Ica adjacent, I suppose. Except in this case, they're just evil space pirates. Yeah, I was planning on doing a rip of this at some point because I do quite enjoy this show, and the current versions available online are pretty bad. I had attempted to rip these at one point, but I didn't really know what I was doing back then. So it'd be good to kind of rebroach that topic. That was one of the first OVAs I decided to try to rip after I did the Arissa Good Luck encode that I did. That looks intriguing. Don't know what that's going to be about, but certainly looks intriguing. Haven't seen it yet. This is the same deal. Same deal, just different times. That's something else completely. What is that? Is that like... I don't know what that is, but that woman has very large shoulder pauldrons. What the hell is going on? Oh my god. Look at this. Just why? I can't tell if this is like a shoujo drama or if it's like a hentai. You know, it's very hard to tell with these things sometimes. Released by Toho. Thanks for that one, Toho. Again, random lots. You end up with a lot of crap. Wish I had more to say about some of these. I will say that this guy, that guy has like really big, guy has a really big, this guy's got some serious protection. Oh man. I'm going to just have to watch this because it looks so unhinged. There's a bunny girl. There's a bunny girl in a bunny suit. Okay. Peek. We are peeking. More Saber Marionette J. 2 copies of the same one. Duplicates I got when I was trying to fill out the entire collection. But yeah, basically, just a lot of Saber Marionette J. There was a lot I picked up. It has Saber Marionette J, Saber Marionette X, and I think one others, but it's almost the series in its entirety on Laserdisc. Let's go through. Zoom in a bit. You can just see. That's a duplicate. I already have that one on the shelf. So I can definitely get rid of the duplicates once I sort through these. Mommy. That one. I have 2 of these too? What? Act 1 and 2. Do I have 2 of those? Oh my god. I don't know. Whatever. Probably more Saber Marionette J. Saber Marionette J. Saber Marionette J. Act 5. Saber Marionette X, sorry. Yeah. Saber Marionette J2X. Maybe it's JX. J2X. J2X. Got all the girls. It makes me sad that these don't do. This is just an absolute mess. Like, whoever designed these was just like, it's a very like ADD kind of coded show. Lots of pretty colors. That guy looks like he means business. Got a big rod on him. Yeah. So much Saber Marionette J. That guy again. There's my other copy of Silent Mobius, the motion picture. Kind of reminds me, like, it's Morbin time, you know? And then Burn Up Excess. I think I have the rest of Burn Up Excess as well. Really love Burn Up. At least as far as like 90s kind of action goes, I feel like Burn Up's one of the more underrated shows. More Shamanic Princess. I think I might have the entirety of Shamanic Princess. Now that I think about it. Just gonna put these up here. I don't want to load up that shelf too much because laser discs are really heavy. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so here's my other box set for El Hazard. So I think El Hazard had too many episodes. Yeah. Because I don't think this is the second. This isn't the second season. Yeah, this is definitely still the first one. I think it had too many volumes, so they needed to release it in 2. So I ended up picking up both of them. Yeah. Bugram. Quite liked El Hazard. Would recommend. Would recommend. Like I said before. All right. Now we should be. We're kind of getting down to it now. I'll just pull out. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this quick. All right. So now you can see. Oh God, I'm gonna zoom out here. Nope, that's zooming in. Oh. Okay, so brain powered. So these are both brain powered box sets. Remember that, because I was an idiot and I bought 2 sets of the same box sets. Oh, that's nudity. Can't. Why would they put that on the box? Okay, I'll flip that over. It's like there's nudity on the. Oh man, there's nudity on the package too. Okay. Anyways, just trust me that there are a lot of naked people on this mecha show for some reason. There's no actual nudity in the show really, except for the ending. The ending sequence does have naked people in it. But anyways, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Don't really know what they were. I can't flip that over. I can't show that either. Oh God. Oh God. It's everywhere. Okay, brain powered's going back on the shelf. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this show, which is precisely why I picked it up. And I don't know what I was thinking when I bought the same box sets twice. I gotta get all these off the table at the same time so I don't get bonked by YouTube. Ugh. But yeah, so it works out to each one of them has 4 sets, 4 discs, and then the other one has 5. So it's about 20, I'd say about 20 discs worth of brain powered. I don't know if that works out to the full series. I don't think it does, because the full series had like 50. This is Key the Metal Idol. Yeah, you can kind of see there. Neat stuff. I just like the holograph. The holograph's neat. And it has like this circuit board print on the back. Zoom in a bit. See it a bit closer. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's Key the Metal Idol. Quite enjoyed this one. Good sci-fi vibes. Oh. What's Catgirl Nuku Nuku doing in there? Wait a second. Did I just... Oh, right. I watched... Oh, my God. Okay. So, that's Key the Metal Idol. The rest of these are all-purpose cultural Catgirl discs, because I didn't have a place to put them at the time. So that box set only came with the two discs inside of it. And I think I downloaded Key the last time I watched it. So yeah, anyways, funny. I just got Nuku Nuku'd on my own box set. Why would I do that? I guess it does keep them from banging around on the shelf, but I'll put them with my other one, because I think that one box set might be missing a volume, so maybe that volume's actually in there. Although the problem is that with the plastic sleeves, if you want to keep the plastic sleeves on the actual discs, they don't really fit into the box set so well. This is a neat one. This is just a classical music disc with like classical elevator kind of music, but it just has lots of like aerial shots of really nice vistas and mountain ranges and stuff. Very relaxing. Toei Video used to release a lot of discs like this. Toshiba Emi. So it was like a division of Toshiba back in the day. Anyways, really nice, really pretty, good vibes. Very nostalgic. All right, I'm just going to take these off. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. Here's... So here is my all-purpose cultural cat girl Nuku Nuku Dash. So this was the second season that came out. Unfortunately, they abandoned the cardboard pullout style, and they actually have German. So they have a German synopsis, an English synopsis, and a Japanese synopsis, which is kind of wild. Was Nuku Nuku just really popular in Germany for some reason? Because Germans on there before English is. Yeah, weird. Wait a second. Was this the German release? What? What? Guys. Super Schlugen Katzengirl. No, I just butchered that. That's based. I didn't realize. Did I just get the German discs? I ordered these from Japan. I didn't order these from Germany. I don't know. Well, that's kind of neat. Do you think this is like the German dub? I don't know. Stereo, digital audio. I don't think it says. Maybe like because I guess they did have multi-track audio, so it could be that the digital audio track ends up being the Japanese one, and then the other one would end up being a German dub. So yeah. Anyways, the German release of All-Purpose Cultural Cat Girl Nuku Nuku Dash. Put that back without it falling. Okay, good. This is Knight's Fresh Ramune. Knight's Lamune 40 fresh 40 fresh. Yeah, 40 fresh. Very ecchi, lots of full frontal nudity. But generally a good show. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough to pick up these discs. I wasn't gonna I wouldn't go out of my way and pick this up blind. But again, it kind of fits into the same art style as like Saber Marionette, Voltage Fighter Gowkaiser. Kind of got that like the chipmunk. I like the chipmunk style from the late 90s. Yes, very neat. Nice art. Got like all the girls doing their thing. Who else do we got in here? That one's kind of a mess. It's like a weird, like there's a lot going on this cover. Like these are out of focus in the background. Yeah, neat stuff. Neat little piece of weeb history. Shows like this were pretty popular amongst our ancestors. And I, at certain times, I can see why. We've come a long way. If I can get this back in the box. Not gonna bother organizing that. Figure that out later. And this is Venus Virus Buster Surge. Haven't watched this yet. I would I don't know, because I was watching like that's a thing. Wait a second. Okay, one sec. That one's okay, I guess. Definite Voltage Fighter Gowkaiser vibes. Actually, this might have been made by the same dude. Like, okay. Anybody seen Voltage Fighter Gowkaiser? Look at that guy's face. Tell me that dude's face is not Voltage Fighter Gowkaiser. Yeah. Like this guy. Definite Gaokaiser vibes. The rest of the covers, don't know. Full frontal nudity, a little bit. Yes. I definitely will have to watch that. That might be an absolutely terrible show. In which case, I will have a very good time. See, I find, yeah, the older I get, like, the more it's like, the worse the show is, the more I enjoy it. Ah, yes. Okay. Da. This is quite the box set. I think... what is this? Oh yeah, okay. This is a Godzilla movie. This is a collector's edition for an old Godzilla movie. So where's the disc? Oh, the disc is in the paper cutouts. But it also came with a little garage kit. So like you could assemble and paint this this little figure. I think it comes with instructions. This box is very large. Like it takes up the same space as a... Oh, yeah. There's like... this is like a comprehensive list of all of the memorabilia you can collect. And then they had these postcards which make like the back of the postcard. You're gonna have a hard time seeing. Maybe if I turn this light off. Maybe not quite. Yeah, not really doing me any favors here. But yeah, the postcards itself, because they're all different scenes out of the movie on the front. But then on the back, when you arrange them in this little thing, they actually make like a little diorama, which I thought was kind of cool. Although nowhere on the outside of the box is it actually labeled Godzilla. So when I bought it, I actually had no idea what I was buying. Neat. Neat, anyways. I just saw that it was a very big box. I wanted it. This is Gamera. So yeah, this is Godzilla versus Gamera, I think. Maybe it's just Gamera. I just bought it because it looked cool. Oh, okay. Last disc before we get to the big one is On the Beach. Just more music, more beach. Quite relaxing. Lots of videos of like beaches and beach things, and I don't know. Good vibes. COVID was kind of a rough time, so like I kind of enjoyed watching discs like that just to kind of help me, like, I don't know, relax, I guess. All right. Oh my God, this thing, it's huge. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to get this all on the camera. I'm gonna have to back this up a bit. I think that'll be okay. So here is volumes 1 to 25 of Urusei Yatsura. And I'll bring the other one out. I have 26 to 50 as well, but this thing weighs about like 50 pounds, so I don't want to put too much on this table because that's about to fall off. Maybe I can just... I think I'm going to sell these because I don't really... I mean, I like Urusei Yatsura, but I don't like it this much, you know? But yeah, these are pretty hard to come by. Ah, smells like fresh laser disc. But yeah, that's what that looks like. Each one of these is its own volume. Yeah. If the yeah. So yeah. Yeah, and then they're each labeled with their volume numbers. So that's 24 and 25. That way you make sure you have all of them. They come this oh my God. I have to get that HDMI cord sorted out. It's kind of doing something weird there. I don't like that my monitor wants to fall off of the table. Yeah, each one of these sets comes, like, the packaging itself has this little rubber thing in it, so that if your discs start sloshing around, oh, should probably turn that around so it's actually in there correctly. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, these were quite expensive. Getting this mailed here was like, I think I only paid like $200 or $300 for these discs, but shipping them was closer to like $400 or $500. Just because like the box, like it wasn't just shipped like this. It came in a box that was like huge. Like it was basically a crate, and it was all packing foam and stuff like that. They were very careful when they did it. I went through when I first picked these up, and none of them are cracked. They're all in perfect condition. Some of them don't look like they've actually ever been played. I'll show you the volume, because I have volumes 26 to 50 as well. I think that makes this the complete set of Urusei Yatsura. I didn't actually like Urusei Yatsura like this much, but when I found out that they sold them in a box like this, I was just like, at the time. Anyways, I had a lot of money. Had a lot of money at the time. These ones are kind of dirty though. I think the person who owned these might have smoked some of them. Anyways, some of them might have smoked. It's not molding. God, those are tight. Ah. But yeah. Yeah, 50 is still, volume 50 is still factory sealed. So, yeah. I guess I didn't verify all of them. Actually, wait a second. No, yeah. I was like, maybe volume 50 is open. No, I guess not. I guess they just never got to volume 50. They got to volume 44. Oh shit. 45. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, gonna just kind of, I mean, that's pretty much it. This was like the big thing at the very end. It's like, yeah, so you can see here. This is kind of like the crown jewel of the whole shebang. I enjoy Urusei Yatsura again, but not this much. I don't know what compelled me to buy these, except just out of the need to have them, because not very many people will have these. Like, this is very, very hard to come by, especially in this condition too. I think, like, the packaging's a little dirty and it's like kind of aged, but generally speaking, like, all the discs are perfect. Some of them aren't even opened. So, yeah, I'll probably end up getting rid of those at some point, just to kind of save myself the space. And yeah, that was my my anime collection for the most part. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, I am absolutely exhausted at this point. My feet are sore and I'm losing my voice. But yeah, this is it. That was all of it. I think there's still a couple things here and there, but I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this anymore. This video is like this is gonna be like 5 hours long, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I haven't even talked about the anime figures. I haven't talked about any of the actual stuff I use to play the tapes. I haven't talked about my computers or the storage solutions or the encoding stuff, but I'm just okay for now. I think this somebody commented on one of the videos. They were like, "Show us your anime collection," and there it is. You happy? Happy now? I'm glad. I'm glad you got something out of this. The only thing that I got out of this is that, you know, if my house ever lights on fire, I can show this video to the insurance adjuster. And then they'll actually believe me when I tell them how much crap I have. I'd like to see them find the market value for some of this stuff, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna go to bed, and tomorrow I'm going to start working on the other projects I got on the go. Still working on the PlayStation Portable stuff, and the Garcia's Wing thing, and I'm going to Shanghai in February. But yeah, apart from that, not a lot going on. Yeah. Anyways, until next time, this was the Smuggler, signing off.